Welcome, Tone. Thank you. Bit chilly, bit windy, but it's not bad compared to what we've had all week.
Breeding soft in Gisborne over here, so don't worry about it. So we're here for the Brian Muscles League Cup, and we have the Romsey coach with us, first year, Justin Sherman. Justin, how are you, buddy?
Yeah, really good, thanks, mate.
Obviously been a very good start to your coaching career here at Romsey, 3-1 with the game in hand as well, so it must be a good start to the season.
Yeah, it has been, mate. We're still looking to be consistent every week. I think that's our challenge at the moment. I think the pleasing thing, however, is our effort sort of hasn't wavered, which has been really good for us. We build our game around the contest, so we're expecting that today. It's going to be a really good matchup for us, and we're really looking forward to the contest.
Yeah, perfect. Had a huge off-season this year, obviously with a lot of new recruits on board, and obviously he's filtered right through the club. The twos here going really well. They're sitting 3-1. The 19s as well. Unfortunately got done today, but they were sitting 3-2. So that's got to be pleasing as well for the club.
Oh, absolutely. We feel like we've got a lot of depth now, which is great across all grades. And my big message when I first came to the club was we don't just want the senior club to be successful, we want everyone to be successful. And to do that, you've got to have the depth, and I think we do. And I always say to the boys, you've got to stay ready. Stay ready, stay hungry. You just never know when an opportunity is going to come your way through injury or whatever the case may be. So I think we've got that at the moment. That's shown by the numbers on the track we've had since pre-season. It's been really pleasing from that point of view, and the culture around the club's really strong as well. So I think when you're playing good footy and you're up and about, everyone wants to be a part of it. So I think that's sort of coming across in droves at the moment.
Yeah, perfect. We got Betty Zera coming in today as well. So he's obviously one of the ones that stayed hungry and stayed ready.
Yeah, he has. His last 3 weeks has been really strong in the twos, and we had Nathan Tassari, who's playing in the early game at the moment, who's got a wedding on this afternoon. That we would have loved to have him out there, but Benny's been sensational the last 2 or 3 weeks. So yeah, he's been in some really good form, and we've always said we'll reward guys with effort, and Benny certainly gets that nod today.
Yeah.
So we're all looking forward to the big ruck contest today between Timmy Martin and your two ruckmen you've got, which dominate. We watched this play Melton Centrals. They dominated the game with Jack. What do you put in place to try and nullify the effect of Timmy Martin around the ground?
Yeah, he's a good player. I mean, I've had a good look at him in the Northern Footy League when I was there. So, he's a real handful. He's a bit of a monster around the contest. So we'll just look to, disengage. And I think, with our guys, just play to their strengths. I mean, they're great runners and jumpers at the ball.
Yep.
So I think we've just got to stick to our strengths, not look to engage, and then from there just run and spread and try and open the game up.
So we watched you against Melton Central. It's probably not a great game to compare with because it was a bit on the scrappy side, but you're right with you when you said your team went in and out of the game. Last quarter, Central's put the foot down a little bit, and even they got within 14 points, I think it was somewhere around there. But when you turn it on, it's a whole different brand of football. You're a very good running side.
Yeah, it is. When we get our game going, it's really exciting to watch, and that's what we want. We want an exciting brand, for people watching. We want to be able to, it's high risk, high reward. Yep. Sometimes coming back through the middle of the ground, but you've got to be bold and brave. That's the way the footy is now, and I think what we learned from round one with that close loss to Wallen, we really were tested in that Melton game, and the way they kicked 3 early and we really stood up, weathered the storm, and worked our way through it was a real. I reckon it was a real learning, but a real growth area for our group as well. I mean, to learn from that round one was really exciting, and then to see him put in that big last quarter and really grind to win out, which was really impressive for the group.
You've got the big fella Jack Bob, who's just absolutely in startling form this season. He's shown for the last 3 or 4 years he's an absolute superstar of this competition.
Let me just say, we developed him at Gisborne and gave him to you. So.
He was here first. You just had him for the one or 2 years. That's all. We come back to where he belongs here at home. And then Darcy Lockins in that Melton Centrals game. It was the first time I got a look at him. His IQ was so high. We were in the pocket and you could see him lead his player up and then slowly just back off, and he's lost his player in traffic, and he was out in the open, kicked 3 on the day, and he kicked 4 the next week. So that's going to be pleasing as well to have someone there to help Jack.
Yeah, absolutely. Jack's been outstanding. I mean, he's the vice captain of the club for a reason. He's led the way all pre-season, hasn't missed a session. I think he was really keen to sort of get back after some injuries last year, which sort of set him back a bit. But from night one, he's led the way with his leadership, and he's been outstanding. I mean, you get out of this game what you put into it, and our leadership group, I can't question the effort since night one, since I've joined. He's getting some reward for effort, and then Darcy's been really pleasing. I mean, coming back from Gisborne, he's a Romsey junior. Him and Sammy Wilson are really starting to find their feet at the level now. I thought Sammy was really good last week, so they give us a bit of energy and a bit of creativity, which I really like as well.
So Jack himself is the ultimate local footballer, full forward. Let's be honest, because he does hit up and he's great on a lead, but he can jump over a pack, and that's most local forwards have only got one of those, but for Jack to have both, he's going to be incredibly hard for him to stop today. But no Tate Pears in there certainly will help the case for you and give him a bit of freedom. They'll find him really hard to match up on today, Woodend.
Yeah, I think you know, us having 3 tools as well really stretches defences, because
Absolutely.
most defences might have 2, but they're not going to have 3. So we've spoken about sort of, you know, getting those matchups into our play where we can sort of exploit that matchup, and where we can find it, we can hopefully go to town and try and exploit it. So that's what we'll look at doing today. I've said to, you know, the forward line just to, you know, play their role, but at times we might have to look for other avenues. But that's what a good forward group has to bring.
Yeah, you've got Jack, and then you've got Hammer, his little not so little brother. As the Resi's coach, Hammer's a great man. He's out here today. You can hear him barking across. They were a good family, Jed Wobbs, and of course I forgot last time. I forgot Charlie Jed Wobb. He's an absolute superstar of this club as well. So that's great for the Jed Wobbs. Tonight you got your cocktail function after the Ladies' Day. Ready for a big night? Hopefully you support it with the big win.
You know, we've got the ladies' game as well, so it's really exciting. You know, first time into the competition. It's really exciting. They get the opportunity to play after us, so we can stay around and really give something back to the club, which is what we speak about, being all in. And you know, everything we do, we go over and support the netballers at half time. It's just the least we can do is stay around. I think that's, you know, culture breeds success. And at the end of the day, we've got a really great culture around the club, as you know. And yeah, we're really excited to see where this year can take us, and really look forward to the challenge today.
So we've spoken about midfielders and the forwards. In defence, when Brinkhouse and Co down there, it was a really good forward line they had last time when we played against defence against Melton Central, stopping, you know, the big forwards from Central. So, you know, you've got it all over the ground. This is the opportunity for Romsey. It's been a while since we've really excited about a Romsey team coming through, and this year I know he's super excited being a Romsey boy, but we're really looking forward. And today will give you a good indication where you sit. I know you lost against Wallen, but this will be, I mean, we watched Woodend give Riddle a fair tickle up in the first round. So it'll be really interesting to see how you go, and good luck for today.
Yeah, thanks,
all the best, and all the best for the rest of the season. We've got you next week as well against Lansford up there in the cold. So we're really excited to see how today pans out. The contest, this is the game we've all been waiting for. So good luck.
Yeah. Next 3 weeks is going to be big for us too. So we've got Diggers in a couple of weeks after that. So it's going to be really big test the next 3 weeks to see where we're at as a footy club.
We better let you go back and do your coaching duties. Thank you very much.
Thanks, mate.
And so that's Justin Sherman, a first-year coach here for Romsey. The reserves game has just wrapped up, and Romsey has run away winners 8-7-55 to Woodend 3-7-37. We've just got the Woodend footy manager in here, Andy Wilson.
No, Ben.
Sorry, I've been stooged here. I've got injured player Ben from Woodend. Welcome today. So. Obviously, it's a big day between the two clubs. It's the Brian Muscles League Cup.
Yep.
You know, it goes from the under-19s all the way through netball, footy, and the scores are calculated all the way through. So, big day for the club.
Ground looks great, by the way.
It is in great nick, isn't it? It's absolute for. We were saying before, you said there's a little bit of sand out there, but it's in magnificent condition.
Yeah, it looks like Cleveland. I wish I was playing.
So for Woodend this year, it's really exciting to see Woodend actually go out and recruit some really handy players. I mean, you got half the fire brigade in your side.
Yep.
With Tommy, who's out today. So what's Tommy's injury? What's his issue?
Tommy had OP. He's got OP. So I think that was lingering for a while through the pre-season. Is that all right, by the way, my level?
Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry, we're just getting the wind across us.
Yeah, that's all right. So yeah, he's out for a while. Hopefully after the bye he'll get back. And then Tate's not playing today either. I think he's working today, so he's a bit on and off with his scheduling.
You can thank his boss for that too.
Yeah.
I'm their boss, so it works out well. So, have a big Timmy Martin. We followed Timmy for his football career when he was a Sandhurst, 2 Mickelson medals.
Yep.
The guy's a superstar. First game last week, BOG. He's going to create a headache for this competition. But today is when the 2 best ruckmen in the competition are going to be equally as good, going to be up against him. But he's one out, and it's going to be a tough gig for him. But he's got enough football intelligence and skill to be able to create a lot of havoc. So it'd be really exciting to see how Timmy stands up against Hoyer.
For sure.
today.
And we, all week we know that Romsey's going to be a really good side this year. And,
Yep.
We're just excited to have Timmy. We haven't had a ruckman for a few years now. We've had ruckman, but not of Timmy's.
You've gone and got an A grader, that's for sure.
Yeah. So even the first few rounds against Diggers when we played, we didn't have a ruckman. Timmy wasn't there, and I reckon that might have made the difference a little bit just in terms in the middle. So it's good to see today against another good midfield.
Well, especially down at Diggers Rest, small ground where the big bodies are really handy. So Tim would have been ultra important. But no Tommy Gawthorpe, no Tatey Pears, that's a big loss down your spine for your team.
Yep.
Having Dan Toman come back, really big inclusion for the club. Great to get him back home.
Yeah, it's been good, and I'm actually his brother, so we all came back together. So me, Tommy, who we were just talking about, my brother, Ethan Minns, we're all best mates from Woodend. So.
Once again, Gisborne supplying everybody to everyone as usual.
But it's good, like, because we all had a chat last year, and we've all played around wherever, and we're like, let's come back to where we grew up. I haven't played with Minzy and Thropper since Thropper's Tommy, since juniors. So yeah, it's good to all get back together and.
It's a great thing. It's a great thing about local footy, isn't it? You know, the mates always come back to where they belong. So, you know, speaking at the start of the season, 4-1, only lost to Diggers, which, you know, Diggers are a bloody good side, so that's nothing to be worried about. But you've also had a very stingy defence. You've hardly given up any scores, you know, so that's going to be something you've got to be very proud of, especially today. You know, we're just speaking to Justin about Jack Jedwab, Darcy Lockins. You know, they've got a lot of firepower up forward. Having your stingy defence there is really going to help. Yeah, we
what does Poundy call it? Poundy, Josh Pound, the main coach, he calls it the gentleman's club. So the boys have been really good. As you've said, we haven't leaked much, and with as we were saying, with Mardo coming back now, Stickers, Marcus Stapleton, who's a great defender, he can go into the back line now. So he was playing ruck when Mardo wasn't here for the first few weeks. So that's even made it more solid. But today will be I think the biggest test of the year.
Yeah, we watched you play against Riddle. I mean, it was a horrible day, but you just didn't beat them. You smashed them. And I mean, Riddle, we've probably watched them last week. They have probably dropped off a little bit. Let's be honest and fair. But the way you did it was an eye-opener for the whole competition, that's for sure. And knowing that Tim Martin and all them were coming back into that side, everyone's alarm bells went off. This is Woodend's. Watch out.
Yeah, we wanted to as well, because in previous years, before we all came back, we from the murmurs of the club, there's been a bit of talk like, we might be all right this year, or we've got a few players or whatnot. This year we just thought, let's all get together. Let's actually just put it on the field. Don't worry about all the talk and the outside stuff. Let's just put the results on the board. So that's what we did round one, and we're really happy with that.
So we look in time frames. It's Woodend's time to win a flag. It's been well overdue for a long time, and we wish you all the best this year. There's only really three teams we think. We know probably yourselves, Rockbank and Diggers.
Not Rockbank.
Rockbank. Yourselves, Romsey and Diggers are the three best sides in the competition. There's nothing between us from what we've seen. So today is a really big test for you.
Yeah, and there's also we've got Wallen as well, who are a huge chance. But what we've noticed this year so far is, over the last probably 4 or 5 years in the Riddle League, there's been the top tier, the middle tier, and then the lower tier, and there was always big gaps between the two. The so-called middle tier now have closed that gap right up to the top tier, so it's a much more even competition, and we're getting a lot more really good quality games out of this. So
for sure, even like last week with Melton, like we beat them by a few goals, but we were really tested throughout the game, and as you say, that gap's shortened. And in terms of end of the year, like we're just going to hopefully just keep winning and just put the results on the ground. So it's exciting though. It's really exciting.
And also for your club, had an absolute stalwart play his 250th for the club today in pods. So my age, I've played against him quite a few times, and he's a 2-time premiership player, 2-time club president. So it's great for these guys to hang around and get recognised with the life membership today.
Pods has been great. He's a sort of on the quieter side, but he's
not on the field.
Not on the field, and the work he does behind the scenes and for everyone to see is just the proof's in the pudding, really. So he's made the club so much better since he came. He even came back. Well, he moved to Melbourne for a lot of years, and now he's come back 5 or 6 years ago now. Moved back to Woodend, came straight back to the club. So those sort of people, you can't make them every time. So he's really great and a good footballer as well.
Yeah. All right. Good luck today, mate.
Thanks, gents.
All the best.
Appreciate it.
Get better,
Yeah, I will.
Thanks, mate. Cheers. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Cool, and here comes the rain.
Just in time, Paul.
No matter where we set up, the rain will come in on the front. We've just got ourselves a new fancy marquee. We're looking very professional over here at the moment, and the rain's still getting us. We just can't win some days.
But what we'll win today is this is going to be a high-quality game.
It will be, and I'm really looking forward to it. Jedwab's the key, and so are the two big ruckmen for Romsey. Look, I tipped Woodend without realising Teddy Pears and Tommy weren't playing, but I'm going to change my tip because I'm allowed to do that. I think Romsey might get this, and I think they might get it reasonably comfortably too, just quietly. Yeah,
I'm not so keen on the reasonably comfortable part, just given the fact that this weather might make it a bit tighter than what it is. I picked Romsey, I think I was about 14 points I think I picked them by. So
yeah, but you've got only one setup. We only got red and black eye. That's a problem.
Honestly,
Goose, you've never seen a guy more excited to be back at his home ground calling his home team.
And have a look at, why wouldn't you? Have a look at this. Have a look at it. They're just all class all over the park at the moment.
The wind's blowing in. It's about to start raining. What a beautiful day here at Romsey.
Yeah, it's a beautiful town, this town, obviously. And one of the things we have spoken about many times before, you and I, Paul, is how much we love local footy and what it means to the local community. Like, you know, Romsey doesn't have a pub or anything that we can all drink at and socialise at. So this footy club really is the heart and soul of this town.
Yep.
And, you know, this year there's a lot of hype around all three, under 19 and a halves, the reserves and the seniors at all levels. So the town is absolutely buzzing at the moment.
Yeah, and look, they've got some good depth. They haven't had that for a while. As you said, you hit it on the mark just a minute ago when we were doing our pre-game interviews. The gap between 5th and 4th and 6th and where it used to be an enormous gap is really closed up. So we've really probably got 6 sides. You know, he's going to vie for finals this year. There's a bit of a gap between the others, which still went. But Macedon, on their day, could be anything. They've been having a bit of a shocking year
and
so
have
far.
Have a look at Lansfield. Yeah, have a look at Lansfield. We've seen Lansfield live 2 weeks ago, was it? And I was super impressed at how Lansfield played.
Yep.
And, you know, you can see by their scores. I know scores don't tell you everything, but watching them play, they're not going to be let's play Lansfield this week and talk up the win. It's not going to be like that at all this year.
So even Centrals themselves, when we watch it, I mean, they're not far off at all. I mean, Rockbank, there's a bit of a gap to that, or Western Rams, there's a little bit of a gap there, but they've even closed that gap a little bit. So, look, the league's in a good, healthy spot, and there's a good crowd coming in today.
It's a huge day for Romsey. We've got the Ladies' Day function on currently at the moment, and then followed by they've got their cocktail function tonight. So there'll be a lot of people here at Romsey that want to stay around and watch. And then, of course, after this game, we've got the Romsey women versus Wood End women as well. So that'll be great for everyone to stay around and support the women as well.
So Wood End captain Alistair Ray, they've won the toss, and they're going to kick left to screen, the McIntyre end or the Melbourne end of the ground. Romsey will be kicking to the Bowen end or the Township end of the ground. And our umpires today...
We've got umpire Joel Wood, umpire Harley Darmanin, they're the field umpires. Our goal umpires are David Hilly and Alan Matthews. Boundary umpires are Spencer Connolly and Ryan Monaghan.
So we've got the boss, Ollie Matthews, the legend himself here.
Yeah.
So it must be an important game.
Do you think we overstepped the mark in round 2 or 3 where we had Sideshow Bob, but we haven't seen him since?
No, I think we've
Do you think we might have ruined someone?
I think they're looking at the fixture where we are and sending Sideshow somewhere else. We miss him. We want him back.
Oh, he was a great character too.
Umpires, if you're listening for next week, we want Sideshow Bob at the Lansfield Romsey game next week. It'll be fantastic. In the ones, of course.
Yes, of course. So, Paul, before the game kicks off, what are you really looking forward to seeing here?
Actually, the rucking contest, to be bluntly honest with you, to see how Tim Martin goes against Hoy and everything, that'll be really, really interesting to see how they go. Looking forward to that. That's particularly is what I'm keen to see. They've got the height, Romsey. They're going to give a lot of problem. And look, Jack Jebwob today, if you know they're a stingy defence, they're not a tall defence, and if the midfield get on top, but Dan Toman in the middle is a superstar. He played at Sunbury last year. He just racks up getting kicks. It's going to be a great game.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. He's a rare forward, Jack, as in when it gets wet, his hands, it doesn't seem to bother his hands. It just sticks. But you know, look, Nath Hoy, he's going to have to be on the top of his game today, because we have seen in the past with Nath Hoy that he's got all the athletic ability in the world. If his mind's not right, sometimes he can get burnt on the other end by a really good ruckman, and that's exactly what Wood End have today. So this will be an absolute cracker, I believe, today, as we're just trying to rearrange our area so we don't get flooded in today.
All right, so umpire Wood's in the middle of the ground. He's going to start proceedings
just as the rain starts to fall. So we've got
Matt Hoy against
Nath Hoy.
Nath Hoy, is there?
Nath Hoy.
Nath Hoy. Umpire throws it up. Martin just taps it down to no one. Wood End with the ball, brings it out through Duff Tyler, and there's going to be piles on top of him here. And the umpire, I reckon, is going to come here back in and throw it up. Centering right in front of us here at broadcast side of the ground, and it's starting to bucket down.
So umpire repeats the stoppage. One down by Martin towards the midfield. Picked up by Nath Blair, who sends the ball forward, looking for Ben Way and finding him right on the 50. Quick handball off to Corey Purcell. Purcell straightens up, kicks towards goal, off the side of his boot, and he has scored one behind.
He had a little bit more time than he thought then, that's for sure. He was running in. Could have taken a little bit more time, bit of teamwork.
So the ball will be brought in by Frank Fazali here. Into the outer pocket as the mark is taken. So he's just assessing his options here. Romsey have closed down space well. Assess the switch, decide to go against it, goes along the clubroom side of the ground. But it's intercepted there well by Romsey at centre half forward.
So
Jax Kinnear sends it forward, looking for and finding Sankey. Oh, he's spilt the mark.
Duff Tyler tied him up in the tackle, and the umpire's going to ball it up. We're about right on the 50-metre mark to the right of screen out to where Romsey are kicking. Martin goes up, just taps it down, trying to just shuffle the ball through. Here's Toman. Out to Romsey now. They've got the numbers out there fighting for the footy. That was lucky he didn't give a free kick away. He had hold of his arm then. Romsey players have got the ball and we're going to ball it up. We're only about 35 metres out from the Romsey goal. They're just going to push it forward and the rain is coming in. It's coming into the commentary box. It's just beautiful. Martin taps it down to no one. It's just a real scrap and it's going to be like that all day. Out to Purcell. Fighting hard in there with Baker. Kicks it out wide now. There's a sprint on. Romsey got the numbers and he's tapped off. That was nearly a throw and the umpire's pinged to throw. So Woodend are going to get a free kick. In defence. Deep out wide. Right in front of the old Redback Social Club. And the rain is pouring down. It's like at Adelaide last night if we watched it out there. Kicks along down the wing. Hoy goes up. Ball goes, shoots over the back. Romsey got the numbers. He's bringing it in the middle. Looking down now for Duff Tyler who's been busy early on. Good tackle, and I reckon the umpire's going to come back in front. No, the ball's come out, and here come the Hawks now. They're going to play the short game, bring it out wide. And we've got a foot race going on here at the moment, and it's Riley Patterson. Patterson turns around on his right, brings it back in, over to Miranda. Miranda back out looking for Patterson. Patterson on his left brings it in, but it's been intercepted by Romsey, and that's through Kinnear. So Kinnear deep with the ball. Just drives along in a slippery kick and the ball's nearly attempted mark down there by Ali Cully. Ball's on the deck, out through Duff Tyler again. He's been really busy, but he's hurt his shoulder here, Duff Tyler, and really badly. And the Romsey boys just give him a little tickle up on the way through.
So the ball will be thrown up, half forward flank for Woodend. Ball's balled in. Hoy stuck behind there. Tap out's one, straight back over the line by Woodend there.
And who said this is not the best $100 we've spent?
I would have loved to seen the commentators at Adelaide last night in these conditions. So umpire Monaghan throws the ball back in. That one's tapped over the back there by Hoy. Finds Romsey, who sends it long towards Benny Way in the slippery conditions. Pushes the ball forward. Follows up with a tackle as it's taken away there by Fazzari for Woodend to Matty Burkett. This way, that way on the left. Sends it towards centre half forward. Has been intercepted there by Woodend at centre half back. And the mark has been taken by Fazzolari again. Fazzolari sends it out wide. Turns the ball over. Kinnear sends it forward, looking for Aaron Patterson. Goes up early, comes back down. Mitchell Adamson has the ball, has a flying shot at goal and has nailed it. Mitchell Adamson, first goal of the day.
Great work because they crumbed the ball. The ball was pushed down front.
Sorry, that was Will DePetro. My bad. So that's Romsey 1-1-7 plays Woodend 0-0-0.
It's a shame the cameraman can't pan around here and see what we're working in at the moment. We're all huddled up, very cuddly in here at the moment, trying to keep dry.
A close commentary crew is a good commentary crew.
God, don't we do it tough?
We do it for the love of the game, fellas. So umpire will ball the ball up again in the centre. Hoy versus Martin again. In
these conditions, one goal is equivalent to 2 or 3 at the moment. And they're actually kicking. The wind is actually blowing the ball directly to us, as we can tell with the rain coming in. So it's favouring just the outer flank. Umpire throws it up. Oh, he went up early with a knee, but Martin just tipped it down. Out it comes now, and it's Anderson Medlin. Brings it on his right, kicks it deep into the pocket, over the top. Sorry, that's DiPietro. And here's an opportunity again on the right, and he's stopped it. Fantastic goal. Gavin
Cathy.
That's Romsey's second. Great start for the Redbacks.
And you can see there in that passage of play, Romsey have played to these conditions. They've adjusted really quickly. They just kept knocking the ball forward until the ball coming out the back there. And Gavin Cathy, he just held out the back while Daniel Patterson and Ben Way went to the contest.
So I like Nathan's Hoy ploy in the middle. Just put the knee up.
Don't bother jumping.
Let Timmy Martin just run into it.
And look at that. One Hoy off, one Hoy on. Here comes Matty Hoy on for his turn in the ruck. So Matty Hoy now will come over up against Tim Martin. It's a tall family, the Hoys.
It is. Umpire throws it up. Hoy tries and punches it forward. Romsey got the run here. Hoy's got it again. Brings it back out. Down to Purcell. Kicks it long. And Jadwab had a chest mark. Missed it. Came out down through Walsh. And he was battling and fighting. And it was on the bottom of the pack. Is Corey Purcell. And the umpire's going to pay a free kick. And here's an opportunity now for another goal for the Redbacks. And 3 goals in these conditions is a fantastic start. And this rain is not going to stop. No. It is coming in sideways. He's
a very good footballer, Corey Purcell. He's come up his seniors last year. I think he played in under-19s at the same time as well, and he was a rising star winner, nominee for the league last year. So he's going to go a long ways, this kid.
3 early goals in these conditions is just like a 6-goal first quarter. It is unbelievable.
We might need a commentary change as well. In comes Purcell, sends it on its way. He's hooked it left.
Actually,
and he's missed everything there.
Missed the lot.
That's a moss and a half there.
That's going to happen a fair bit today. So the Hawks have got the ball deep in defence. They'll be looking to go straight down just to get it out of the danger zone. And that's exactly what they do. Kick it down, looking for Martin. Ball's hit the deck by Hoy. Redback's got numbers and he's picked a free kick out, and there's another one on opportunity, and it's come down to Purcell again. He's been very busy down forward. Jedwab's just standing there looking for a lead, just pointing to a vacant spot. They're going to kick it long, looking down the square, over the back and up. Ball hits the deck. Woodend have got numbers. By hand they're trying to clear it, but the Redbacks are going to hold it up, and they're going to ball it up again deep into forward line for Romsey. Romsey leading 2-1 to Woodend yet to score.
So Gavin Cathy there was able to get back into the contest and tie the ball up. He'll now contest the ruck. Oh no, Ben Way's contesting the ruck. He taps the ball towards the dangerous area.
Snap.
Found Walsh, who wasn't able to score with the flying shot. So that's 2-2-14 to 0-0. Woodend, Romsey starting hot in this very cold, wet conditions. Woodend's brought the ball in, coming to the Coventry side, finds Duff Tyler on the half-back flank. Duff Tyler assesses his options here. There's a lot of movement, but he just sends it straight down the line. Hoy versus Martin here. Balls goes to no contest. Drops down to Mins. Ethan Mins is kicked out on the floor under pressure there. So the ball will be brought back in here by Adamson.
Adamson with the ball. Looking, he's going to be careful, he's going to have to bring it in. If he kicks it out wide, it'll carry over the boundary line. Just kicks it long, looking down for a contest for Aaron Patterson, and he takes the mark. Great grab in the wet conditions. Patterson with the ball on his left, just brings it in, looking for Jack Jedwab. Goes over his head. Down there, the ball slipped on the ground there. Out to Toman, out to Way. And the Hawks are just struggling to hold this ball in, and we're going to ball it up. We're about 40 metres out from the Romsey goal.
Yeah, so Justin Sherman mentioned the tools they're going with. They got Hoy in the ruck, Ben Way, and also Jack Jedwab here. So one down by Martin. Ball comes out the back, finds Raymond. Raymond picks the ball up and he's wrapped up immediately.
They've been better around the contest, Romsey, than the Hawks at the moment. And that's where they're getting their opportunities. They're just first in.
So the ball will be balled up right at centre half forward. Martin wins that tap down there too strong, but Matt Burkett runs onto it.
Oh,
he drops the ball there. He has. He dropped the ball. No disposal. Toman takes it, sends it out wide. Dangerous kick. Finds his target in the back pocket, who sends it long down the outer wing. Romsey have the numbers here. Sport forward. Picked up by Purcell. Gives a quick handoff. On the left foot goes long, looking for Jedwab, but over his head again. The ball is still in dispute. Ben Way with a big bump. Big followed by big tackle. He's being played too high.
Yep.
Too eager there, Big Benny.
So it's down to Miranda with the Hawks. Kicks it out wide. That's a good grab by Medland. Medland just going to bring it in the middle. Out it comes out to Bramley. Bramley brings it out wide. And that's a good grab sitting out there by not Duff Tyler, sorry, 44. Mins.
Turns the ball over to Khalil. The ball's in dispute. Kicked up the ground by DePetro. Picked up there by Bramley, who's taken high by Nathan Blair. So Bramley has the ball forward of centre wing.
Bramley just trips it short, looking for a short option, and hits up Patterson. Patterson kicks long, looking for a here's an opportunity. Going to run into an open goal is Josh Pound, and that's the first for the Hawks. Good play. Just kept it out, kept pushing it forward. Played the middle of the ground, and they were rewarded for it.
Just as the rain stops here, or slows, I should say, sorry.
Yep.
So Romsey now lead 2-2, 14 to 1 straight 6. It's been a good first quarter considering the conditions that they're playing under.
And the conditions we're calling under.
Yeah, so as you can see here, look, Justin Sherman's gone exactly to what he said. He's loaded up the forward line. You've got Jack Jedwab deep, Benny Wade deep, and Nath Hoy out on the outer flank.
Yeah, they're gone.
So they're gone for triple towers.
Yeah, but when it hits the deck, they need the speed.
Yeah,
so that's
where someone like Jackie's good. He's good at on the ground as well as in the air. So the ball's thrown up. Martin versus Matt Hoy wins it down to Baker. Ball smothered, still in dispute on the ground there, and they're all wrapped up. Oh,
free kick.
The ruckman's been taken high here.
Yep.
That's Nath Blair's second free kick he's given away already.
Tim Martin. Oh, that's a shocking kick. Out to no one. There's a foot race on. Hawks are in front. Down there out to Pound. On his left, brings it into the middle, and there's an opportunity again for Woodend. Oh, great pick-up in the wet conditions, and that was done by Arsiri. Brings it into another open goal, and there's another one for Woodend. And that was Riley Patterson who kicked that goal for him. Well, we criticised the kick out of the centre of the ground by Tim Martin. Just proves that sometimes a fluke does pay off. So that was really an ordinary disposal, but it brought the ball out. So 2 goals, 2 each. We've played probably about 10 minutes into the first quarter.
Timmy Martin's kick was the definition of a chaos kick, you'd say?
No, it was just a shank.
So it is 2-2-14 to 2 straight, 12 and a half minutes remaining in the first quarter.
It's evened up now, so it's a good game. The rain has finally stopped, which is great. Bit of push and shove in the middle of the ground.
Oh, those Pattersons, they're an angry unit. So up goes Hoy. Up against Martin. Martin wins that tap out down. Ball was picked up well there by Romsey's. And Tamain is wrapped up, but all the balls spat out. And Patterson and Blair jump straight on the Woodend player on the bottom of the ground there. Ball will be thrown up.
He's been busy, Dan Toman, and so's Pound for Woodend. They've both been very busy for them. Duff Tyler as well. Well, pushed him out. Used brute strength, but it came down to Romsey. He's been thrown out of the pack. He was unlucky not to get a free kick there. And that's a good grab in the forward line by the Hawks. Just put it up, gave the big fella the opportunity. And that's Daniel Davey.
The man with 2 first names here.
Yeah, that'll confuse us all day. The first one will call him Dave Daniel. That'll be the next one. Daniel Davey.
And again, that was another Dan Toman centre clearance there, so...
In he comes. He's kicking from about 35 out. Oh, he's gone off the side of the boot. And that's going to be a rush behind for the Hawks. That's 2 goals, 3 Woodend to Romsey, 2 goals, 2.
2 goals, 1 to 2 goals. Sorry, guys, we're in a spot here where we just can't quite see the scoreboard. So it's 2-2 to 2-1. So the ball will be brought back in here by Khalil. Jack Jedwab's on a long searching lead, but he goes straighter than that, looking for Daniel Patterson. Jedwab picks it up. Daniel Patterson gives it off, gives the handball back towards Nath Blair, who finds Jedwab moving forward, can't quite grab it. The ball's been turned over here to Main. Handball's backwards. It's kicked forward on the left beautifully there by Woodend.
That's marked down there by Medland. Medland brings the ball in the middle. Back out to Toman again, who's been really busy today. Pops it up high and gives a forward opportunity. And every time he brings that ball in the forward line, they get a mark out of him. He's using the ball beautifully. And that's Jack Arsiri down there with the ball. And they need to kick this one. They're just a little bit cleaner at the moment, Woodend.
Well, this puts them in front after Romsey had an amazing start. This will bring them the lead here.
Yep. Well, we watched them in the wet against Riddle, and they were really, really good in the wet. And it's wet again. And he has missed it by the look of the player's reaction.
So scores are level, 2-2 apiece. So let's see, Ali Khalil will bring the ball back in. There is a lot of feeling in this game. These two clubs have had some feeling in the past, but there's a lot of pushing and shoving over there. So Khalil brings it in and finds Nath Hoy on the outer half-back flank. Hoy turns around, going straight down the line, sends it long, looking for his brother Matt. Matt flies from the back. Great mark, Matty Hoy.
Good grab. Now, they've got to stop bombing this. They've got to start using their hands and running it in these slippery conditions. So Hoy's just holding it up and giving Woodend the opportunity to get back. Pops it up high to the contest. Ball's going to hit the deck and is going to be pushed out of bounds. We're going to throw up right in the middle of the Woodend change rooms. Hoy's coming off. Yep, they're swapping the tools around.
So Nath Hoy's gone into the ruck now. So Nath back against Timmy Barker. Martin versus Hoy. Martin just smashes that ball forward in the wet, but it's all Romsey at the back there. Slammed on the boot by Mitch Adamson and finds Daniel Patterson there by fluke. Gives a quick handball off to Purcell. Purcell on the left, short. Oh, it's touched just in time because Jack Jedwab had that swallowed. Ball's kicked back out of defence. It's in dispute on the outer wing. It's cleared out there by Woodend, who's been downfield free kick, it looks like.
Oh, there's a little bit going on here, and they're not happy. You're right, they don't love each other. These
and the
clubs.
umpire's going to have to get a hold of this real quick because this could get out of hand here.
So Corey Purcell went in there, and he certainly put his body weight on it. Hawks with the ball. Now they should just get ball moving here while they're wrestling, and that's exactly what they've done out to Toman in the middle of the ground, who's been unbelievably busy early on. On his right, just pops it up, looking down there for Mins, and the ball's going to go out of bounds right in front of the Woodend coaching box. It's been a really interesting first quarter. Umpire's going to throw it in. It's a big throw for the umpire out that side.
Yeah, let's hope it's not umpire Rainbow from last week.
No, he's not here today.
So ball's thrown in the half forward flank for Woodend. One down by Hoy. The ball is just being on contest to contest, but it's slammed on the boot. It's gone 50 metres. Martin drops a chest mark. He's been landed straight in the back on there by Darcy Lockins. No free kick given. The ball's just bouncing around. Surely the umpire's going to have to call something here or stop the play.
He's going to play holding the ball.
Yeah, Woodend jumped on the ball. No, there was no attempt made.
So here comes the rain again. It's joining us once again.
Matty Burkett sends it forward for Jack Jedwab. Ball spoiled in front of him. Gavin Cathy at the front of the set, but can't track it before it travels over the boundary line.
They're working Jack Jedwab over. The Tim Martin's dropping back, and they're just putting enormous pressure on him.
And Romsey aren't helping.
There's another free kick getting given here. This is undisciplined.
Romsey aren't helping Jack either because they're sitting on his head. He's got the lead.
So it's the Hawks with the ball. Nice little short kick looking for Martin, who takes the mark. No, there's a free kick going to be paid here, and it's going over to Romsey, and it's going out to Patterson. Patterson with the ball. Just brings it back to where it come from. Two ruckmen go for it. Martin, and they're going to try and claim the mark here, and he has. And off they go. Bring it into the middle of the ground. Looking down there for Wilson. The ball's been turned over, and Hawks have taken the mark. Now there's a foot race out into the centre wing going.
Khalil versus Pound.
Oh, off the ground by Mins. He kicked the ball out of his own teammate's hand there. Actually, it was Sam Medlin, not Pound.
So ball be thrown in. Woodend side of centre ground. Nath Hoy is going to go back up against Timmy Martin. Umpire Modigan comes a long way in here. Launches the ball in. Still a shallow throw in there.
Very.
Yeah, it must be hard for these umpires. So Toman gets the handball off. Well tackled there by Purcell. Off to O'Loughlin. O'Loughlin sends it deep. Spall from behind his Woodend. The ball is still in dispute here. It's kicked forward looking for O'Loughlin, but it's all Romsey at the back. But he's ran it there, and was that Jack Arsieri again?
Arsieri, that was, and that was a great snap. Slippery ball, just stayed down, let it bounce, and he wasn't in front, and just got that lucky bounce, went over the back, and that's a goal, a good goal. That's a nice little break. What's a good quarter from Woodend after a slow start. So 4 goals 2 to 3 goals 2.
So 3-2 to 2-2.
If you work out how we're doing the side, we're doing this scoreboard by sign writing because we can't see it, and we've got people giving us the finger literally to tell us what the scores are.
Won't be the first time, won't be the last time.
No, the Facebook page won't say going to be colourful.
So the umpire sets up again, throws the ball up. Timmy Martin's been huge in this quarter.
Blair's been quiet for him.
He's given away a few free kicks, Blair. So Matty Burkett versus Bramley.
Bramley's going to get a free kick. It's
been called a throw there. Blair tries to move the ball on, but the ball will come to a stop. So it comes back to that. No, that's Sankey there. So Sankey sends it out wide looking for Nath Hoy, but he's come off the side of boot. But luckily he's found Ali Khalil. Khalil now assesses his options, sends it towards half forward looking for Jack. Jack, big strong hands, but still pushed down. We're finding to Petro. Jack picks the ball up, good below his knees, finds to Raymond, who jams on the boot quickly. Going forward, Cathy keeps it in. No, oh, geez, he's been pushed square in the back there.
The umpire's going to throw it in. He didn't see it.
He's ended up underneath the car. That's how the push was. So just got to wait for Gavin Cathy to come back into the field of play here.
He's the one that was causing a bit of grief on the other side of the ground. It might have been a little bit of a square up.
So
dangerous place to do it.
Umpire Modigan in the right forward pocket for Romsey, throws the ball back in. Ben Way in front wins the tap out this time, but it goes nowhere. Aaron Patterson. Aaron Patterson been wrapped around the head there by Tyler Duffy. Duff Taylor, sorry. Duff Tyler. I'll get it third time.
The Romsey boys went up and let him know.
So
there's not much love lost here.
Aaron Patterson probably going to kick from 45 right behind us here. But it's a wet ball, so if I was the Tallers, I'd be getting right on that goal line.
No, I got confidence he can kick the distance.
In comes Patterson, gets on the runway, sends it long, it's to the left. And it's been punched across, so now it is 2-3-15 to 3-2-20.
So Bramley's going to bring the ball in for the Hawks. Plays on, kicks it out wide, looking for Mins, who's got the ball on his left. Just being patient, bringing it down around the boundary. Well, he's played on, kicking the ball long, looking for a contest, but it's all Romsey, and they've gone up against each other and let the ball hit the deck. Hoy's in there trying to fight around to get it, pops it up in the air, but the Redbacks are going to be good enough to get it out by hand, and here they go now, coming out through.
The ball's been spilled by Burkett over the line.
Well, everything's wet, and even the paper's turned to mash now. The numbers are all gone running. Oh, it's wonderful.
So ball be thrown in right in front of the Romsey interchange gate. Ball's thrown in. Hoy versus Martin again. Hoy wins that tap out, heads it forward, but it's Patterson at the back. Riley Patterson. The ball's been wrapped up here, and it'll be a bounce about 45 out from Romsey's goal.
So it's becoming a little bit of a scrap now, but we've had, 7 goals kicked in the first quarter, which is pretty good in wet conditions. Martin against Hoy. Martin just taps it down in front. Romsey's to get the ball, and here's an opportunity for him. They're going to try and pick it up, but it's too slippery for them all. And they're just going to pile in here. Pound throws the ball, and here's an opportunity. It's just come out, and the Wood End with the ball. Oh, they're gang tackled him, and the umpire's going to ball it up around about 25 metres out from the Romsey goals.
Yeah, Aaron Patterson just couldn't pick up that bar of soap there. Just kept splitting out of his fingers. So about 25 out, straight in front from Romsey goals. Gavin Cathy will take the ruck work here against Martin. Martin wins that easily, but Jack Jedwab follows it down with another tap towards Purtzell. The ball is just uncontested and it's gone over in front of Matt Burkett, back over the boundary line, right in front of the Romsey bench.
So you've got to be careful. Watch Tim Martin when he's being very clever. He's doing the taps and he's running back and sitting in that no man's land and stopping Jack Jedwab getting a run. So it's Martin. No one there for Romsey going to go against him. Yes, there is. And Jedwab went up against him. The ball hits the deck and the Hawks try and run it out by hand, and it's been knocked over by Cole Barker. And we're going to ball it back up right in the middle of centre wing, right in front of the Romsey Social Club. Umpire with the ball. They've been throwing them short, but all the ruckmen are sitting back in the half-forward line, so they want to get in front. It's up high. They all bolt forward. Hoy tries and banks it out the back. Hawks try and tap it out forward, and they're going to be Jack Jedwab put a good tackle on, and the umpire's going to ball up again. We're about 55 metres out from the Romsey goal.
I don't know if Jedwab's taken his own initiative or he's been sent out here, but he's gone up into the play so that Timmy Martin dropping back won't affect him here.
No,
but it's left Gavin Cathy deep, and Jedwab's come up to the ball.
Oh, good tackle. The umpire's going to ball. We're going to get a bit of this today. Another game of stoppages for us to call.
So the ball will be balled up right in front of the Romsey interchange. Hoy goes early, one down by Martin towards the boundary line. Jedwab wraps him up immediately. And there'll be another repeat stoppage.
Oh, there's
the siren. So at quarter time.
And we've got a bit of a tussle going on over there at the moment.
Quarter time.
Miles
Wood
Miranda is over there, and they're having a bit of a how to do and a bit of introduction to each other.
So quarter time, Wood End leading Romsey 3-2-20 to 2-3-15.
We've got a good game of footy.
We do.
In pretty ordinary conditions. I mean, the first 15 minutes it just teemed rain. But, the contest we wanted to see, the Hoys against Timmy Martin's been fantastic. Jack Jedwab's had zero influence on the game, but you said moved himself up to centre forward, try and get into it a bit. And that's good play because what Wood ended doing was dropping back, trying to fill the hole, which means, is it Cathy? Gavin Cathy has gone back to full forward. Hawks move the ball well. When they get out, they move the ball very well. So Well, this is going to be a really good game of footy. At the moment, I know the Woodend are leading, but Romsey, when they get the ball moving, they move it well. They had some opportunities. Sorry, they should have kicked some more goals than what they did.
Yeah. So Woodend's first goal there was the luck of the bounce over the top, but the next 2 goals, that was all from great pressure from Woodend. Dan Toman's ball inside 50 just showed the class level.
So Toman's causing some problems in the midfield. And so's Arsieri up forward too for Woodend. He's like the small forwards are causing the problems today. Patterson's been very good as well. You head over to the Romsey side. It's hard to actually find a superstar out of the team because they've all been okay without some being brilliant at the moment. I mean, Will DiPietro's got 1 goal, so's Gavin Cathey. Is it Cathey? Is that we pronounced it right?
Yeah.
The Hoys and the ruck contest, Big Timmy Martins, they're both sides will see what they're trying to do. They're just trying to clear the contest and give the small forwards or small on ballers an opportunity. So, look, it's been a really good quarter. No one's really stood out. It's just been a hard slog. Woodend moved it a little bit better. For the first 10 minutes, Romsey were all over him and probably should have been 3 goals up and missed that opportunity. But then, she's dried up a bit and it's a good open game of footy.
Yeah, Purtzell started the quarter like a house on fire and then sort of quietened down towards the second half of that first quarter. But as over the last few weeks, we've mentioned about teams wanting to play a nice, pretty game of football, and that last target inside 50 they wouldn't be able to hit. Mm-hmm. Dan Toman today has hit those targets, which makes a massive difference, especially if you're a forward too. Like the amount of times we've seen Jack Jedwab on a lead, 1 or 2 metres space in front of his opponent, and the ball got sat on his head.
Yeah.
I know it is hard conditions to try and keep that ball down low, but when you've got someone like Jack and he's leading, all you have to do is pop the ball up and let him run to it. He's smart enough to hold that, to protect that space. And
full credit to Jack and Justin would be, he's going off over there. He's not very happy as a coach at the moment, but Jack Jedwab going up to centre forward will create all sorts of problems again for him, because what Timmy Martin's doing is doing the ruck and then pushing back into the hole. If Jack moves up, that's going to throw that out completely. Yeah, because they're not that way. No offence to Gavin Cathey, they're not that worried about him where they're worried about Jack.
And Jack is a great field kick as well, so that also helps the next link in the chain, where with his field kicking skills he can hit Cathey. And even Daniel Patterson out there. We've got Daniel and Aaron out there today for Romsey, and you've got Riley out there for Woodend, so it's a bit hard saying Patterson all the time, but Daniel and Aaron are both interchanging between on ball and the small crumbing forwards. Aaron a couple of times there just couldn't pick up the bar of soap. It just kept spitting out of his hands, but there's a lot of almost chances there that if Romsey takes, the score might be different, but in the end, the score is what the score is.
Had a good game of footy.
It has been the contest we were hoping for. It's high quality, high pressure, and there's skill involved as well.
Romsey gave a couple of silly free kicks away over in front of the social club. Might have got them a bit excited, all the crowd over there, and a bit of testosterone. But that was silly play because it was in their forward. That was an opportunity for them to go forward, neutralise it, but it gave Woodend the ball, and that happened twice. Yeah. And that was costly.
And look, coming from a local football background, the last place you want to do something stupid is in front of your own coach, because he remembers it at quarter time. And we have seen Justin give a bit of an animated speech over there, so I wouldn't be shocked if he was
waving and he was storming up and down. I wouldn't have been
shocked if he was telling a few of those players the exact same things that we're saying over here.
Yeah, look, I mean, when we see Romsey play good brand of disciplined footy, they play very good brand of footy. So, look, it's dried out. The sun is coming out, believe it or not. And we're in for a really good second quarter.
Yeah. One thing about this ground, the council have done a mountain of work on this ground over the off season. Redid all the drainage, and so this ground will dry out in next to no time. So hopefully, if the rain stays away, we have a high quality game, as we just rearrange ourselves back out into the sun to try and defrost a little bit.
Try and dry some stuff out, and us.
So what are you expecting to see here at the start of the first bounce here?
It'll be pretty much what the first quarter held. It's going to be like that all day. It's just going to be a slippery slog. The smalls are going to cause a lot of havoc down forward. The talls aren't. I mean, Jack Jedwab, we were hoping we'd see a nice dry day, and his aerial skills come to foray. It's not going to happen. We don't have the luxury of swapping the footy over every quarter like AFL, so I've got a wet, slippery ball to contend with. The ground is slippery and wet now. It's not boggy, it's just slippery. So, the smalls out there for Miles Miranda's given a bit of grief out there. Jack Arsieri, the smalls are causing the problems for Romsey at the moment, and they have gone very, very tall on a slippery ground.
Yep, and as we said, Dan Toman in the middle.
But he's having a field day.
Well, I think we mentioned once or twice that Nath Blair is giving away a few silly free kicks. Yep. Hasn't got much of the ball. He's a very good captain, Nath Blair, so I dare say him to fight back this quarter. And Matty Burkett is just a running machine. So, look, that's definitely not over by any stretch of the imagination, but they really have to knuckle down, tie up their work boots and get to work here, because it's going to be that type of day where nothing's going to be pretty, everything's going to be hard work, and they've got to strap themselves in for that.
I know they've gone tall for a purpose to stretch them, but it's just not the day for it. I mean, I bet if Justin could have his Thursday night team selection again, I reckon he would have dropped one tall for a short.
Yeah, I was sort of the same as Justin. I looked at the weather before coming here today, and it was less than 1 mil of rain, and we had that in about the first 30 seconds. So
we've seen Blair for Romsey play better games than this. He's been quiet early on, so we look forward to him coming out in the second quarter and lifting. You go down to Patterson, he's been good for them. So let's really see how we go. Ben Way's been good for him as well. So umpire throws it up. Martin versus Hoy. Hoy just wins a tap, taps it down. Blair, who said didn't have much of it, has now got the ball. Good hands. Out to Hoy again. He pops it up, looking out for no one. Chasing down there for Sankey out in the wing. So he's kicked the ball long and deep into the forward line. Big Martin, and they just crash the big fellas. Ball hits the deck, slippery and sliding all over the joint. And they're all just going to hold it up, and the umpire's going to come and ball it up.
What I loved about that contest, Jack had seen exactly what we had mentioned. Timmy Martin was laying into the back of him, so what did he do? He ran straight through him.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if you're going to stand in front of him, you're going to earn it. So Martin wins the tap out forward, finds an outlet, but they've turned back into trouble here. Jed Wobb's knocked the ball forward. It's in dispute and it's gone out of bounds. Yeah, so, if you're going to come back in front of my leading place, I'm going to make you earn it. So well done there from Jack, but I don't think it's going to bother Tim Martin too much. He's a big boy as well.
Martin comes in, Hoy wins it down, taps it down to the front of the pack. Slipping and sliding all over the place, but the Hawks are going to come out with the ball. Kicking along, looking down for a forward target. Not much happening, but it's been picked up down there by Raymond for the Redbacks. On his left, they kick it forward, and it's down there to Patterson. Patterson comes in, and this is an opportunity for a goal, and it's gone left. See, half of them were celebrating as it was going in. There's an opportunity missed there.
So that's 2-4-16, plays 3-2-20.
So Chapman from the Wood End version has got the ball in his hand in defence. Tossing it around, looking somewhere to go. Kick it long and out and wide. Martin and them pushing out to this side of the ground, so that's where he's going to go. Kicks it long, looking down for the big fellow. They push and shove in the pack. Romsey belted over the back, but the Hawks have got numbers there, and they're going to run it out of the ground by Mins. Kicking it long, bit of a push out there. Down there by Davey. Kicks it long. There's an opportunity running into goal for Josh Pound now. Picks the ball up. He's going to run into open goal, and that's end-to-end goal. Great goal by the Hawks. Josh Pound, well done.
Kicks his second for the day, and I'm pretty sure his first was a similar thing. Ran into an open goal, got him out the back.
Good play by, smacked over the back by Timmy Martin. Picked up, they just ran the ball down, and that was a really good, clean bunch. That's the first end-to-end goal we've seen for the day.
And that was a very, very clever kick there by Daniel Davey. He knew he was on his wrong side of his body, but he had Josh Pound out the back, so just pop the ball up and let Josh Pound run onto it.
When it gets out in the open, they just look cleaner at the moment, Wood End.
Yeah, at the moment they do. Yeah, the last play where Patterson missed his shot, he shot at goal, that looked very, very clean as well. So both teams are in here, but all right, so we've got Nath Hoy going back against Tim Martin. Count the 6-6-6, we're off, here we go. Ball's up. Hoy wins that down to over the back towards Burkett. Burkett sends it inside 50, looking for Aaron Patterson. Goes over his head. Jack Jedwab can't quite claim it. The ball sprung out there. Great follow-up tackle there by Burkett. He's an absolute workhorse, Burkett. So he chips the ball over. Skips it up high, looking for Benny Wade. Doesn't hit his target, though. Yeah. That's poor. That was great defending there.
This is starting to become a problem with their talls down there. They've got when the ball came down early and Burkett was bringing it back in foot quickly, they popped it up, and all their smalls were hitting up. They need their smalls running 2 goals. When it does hit the deck, they're heading towards goal.
Yeah.
So the talls, this extra tall is causing a problem. We've got a free kick out here, and Woodend's got it. It's Bowen.
So I think Ben Way's getting a little bit frustrated here. Looks like he might have said something. So the ball goes up. Davey versus Hoy. Hoy spoils the ball down. It's picked up at the front of the pack by Purcell, who's wrapped up immediately and DDT'd and rolled and thrown all over the ground.
Wrestling move.
So the ball will be thrown up there half forward for Romsey. Martin wins the tap out down. Blair slaps the ball back out, looking for De Petro, who is wrapped up immediately, and there'll be another repeat stoppage.
So this is what Woodend want down here, just to tie this up at the moment, and then they'll try and clear it out. Martin takes it out and just puts on his boot, kicks it out and along here looking for Pound. Ball hits the deck. No, that's Daniel Davey. Sorry, I knew I'd get it wrong. And there's a 50. No, he's paid it in the back. Oh, they've reversed it. No, reverse.
Yeah. He's paid holding the man against Daniel Davey there.
He's played on now. He's in trouble. Hands it back out down to Carly. Oh, good mark out there, taken out by Patterson. Now they need to create some space here, and the Hawks are pushed back in numbers big time. Patterson puts it out into really no man's. This is going to be a difficult one. Martin just comes over the back, and it's not Martin. It's that Toman comes over the back and just smashes it to the boundary. No, big Tim Martin.
Yeah, he was looking for big Benny Way there in the pocket.
They got to realise every time they put it up there, Martin's just pushing back in the hole.
Yeah. So Ben Way will compete against Martin here for this throw in. Umpire throws the ball in. One down by Martin again, but it's sharked by Romsey. The ball was kicked to the middle of the ground.
Oh, he's got him high. No.
The ball was stripped there off from Darcy Lockins and been taken away by Woodend.
Duff Tyler
has it in the left half-back flank. Trying to find an option. Just goes short right in front of the coach's box and finds his target.
Hawks with the ball. Just going to kick it in. They're all pushed into the centre wing here, and that's where he drives. It's just kicking down the line, and the ball hits the deck. There's a chance for the Redbacks in, but the ball's spilled, but it's going to be cleared out by the Hawks. Good hands into the middle of the ground by Baker, and the ball's going to be balled up. Centre wing, in front of the coach's boxes. Umpire with the ball. Hoy. Martin's been working tirelessly all day. Just pops it over the back. Looking down there for Medland. Comes out is Romsey with a clearing kick. There's an opportunity and a great mark. That is a fantastic mark in the wet conditions. Gavin Cathy.
So that was another clearance there by Matty Burkhead. I mentioned him at quarter time, he's just going to keep working.
Now this is
it's probably the first time I've ever seen him kick on his right foot, actually, Burkhead. He's a bit like Scotty Lucas.
In he comes.
To say Romsey did this is an understatement here.
Absolutely, he's just popped it up. That's not a bad looking kick, actually. He's missed it to left, though. There's another point to the Redbacks.
So the score is 2 goals, 5-17. Plays 4-2, 26.
So 2 goals, 5. It could be the other way around 5-2. They've had their chances, that's for sure.
Yeah, and they haven't been hard shots either.
Now, this has been Martin's pushing out again. The set play we saw last time, they went end to end and got a goal out of it. Let's see what happens this time. Now, here we go again. Back out this side of the ground. No, he's going up the middle, and he's taken the mark down to Medlin. Medlin dropped what he should have taken, and now there's a bit of pressure on Tomans with the ball. Holds it off and hands it over, and they're going to try and run out by hand here. Hawks just put it on their boot, kicking it down, looking for Josh Pound. In front of him now at the moment is Miranda. Numbers are in the Hawks. Minns is over there, and he's well tackled and thrown to the deck, and the umpire's going to ball it up.
Strong tackle there by Darcy Lockins. We mentioned him at the start of the game, but we haven't called his name much today. So he's trying to get involved as well. If you can see from the ruck work, Martin looks like he knows he's got the body work over the Romsey ruckman, so they're trying to separate, and he's just protecting the drop of the ball, isn't he?
He
is. Smart ruckman. So there's been a free kick awarded here to Aaron Patterson, it looks like.
So Dean Walsh wasn't real happy with that.
Dean Walsh is never really happy with anything. So Aaron Patterson goes back again. He's been called to play on, switches it across to Petroro.
Now
takes the mark.
They've got to be clean here.
They got Adamson out the back on the wing here if they want him. He's not confident enough. He goes short and finds Sankey. No, Kinnear.
Right, a centre half back. Looking down. He's just going to go wide and just going to try and clear it out. Hawks have got numbers out there. The ball hits the deck. They're just piling on top of it. She's scrappy down there for Patterson for the Redbacks. And the ball's going to be thrown up again, and we're centre wing.
That was a good contest there by Matt Hoy. He's only a young kid, but he got involved, got up in the air and then down on the ground again. So he contests his ruck. He just gets pushed away too easily by Timmy Martin there. The strength just showing. So the ball is kicked into the middle of the ground. Doesn't quite make it. Oh, he has paid the tack there to Toman. Toman gives the handball off, finds O'Loughlin. O'Loughlin chips the ball up, and is taken. No, he spilt the mark there.
Oh, this should be holding the ball. No, umpire's not going to do it. He didn't give him his prior opportunity.
Yeah, that was Jack Arcieri. We called it early, seeing how he started the first quarter, but he's dropped that one. So we got Daniel Davey versus Kane Brinkhouse here in the ruck. Davey wins it down. The Wood End players wrapped immediately by Purtell, kicked out by Burkett to the centre wing. Daniel Patterson versus Chapman. Chapman gets the kick. It's only gone 10 metres, but he's been paid there. And that's Sammy Medlin. That's a glorious mullet he has there. So Sammy Medlin kicks it into the forward line. Spoiled away by Kinnear. Kicked off the ground by Khalil, but it's smothered. Ball goes towards the boundary line. Daniel Davies picked up. Very, very lucky there. Bounced just inside the white line.
The Romsey under-19s, I don't think they agreed with that.
No, that's the cheer squad here. So we got umpire...
Another mullet.
Spencer Connolly throwing the ball in here.
You sure about that?
Yes, because I know the other one. Spencer Connolly throws the ball in. Oh, Daniel Davis just thrown away, Matt Hoy. That's got to be a free kick, surely. Umpire's called play on. Ball was bouncing around. Daniel Davey goes back in. Ball's been spurred out from along the boundary line. Well tackled there by Romsey. Matt Hoy goes back in again. Purtell picks the ball up. Ball spills out again towards Medlin. That glorious mullet flowing in the wind. The umpires called it when the ball had spat out there.
That was a great tackle by Petoro.
Yeah. Purtell and Petoro really muscling in this quarter. Matt Hoy wins the tap out the back, looking for Dean Walsh. Ooh, hit high, but not paid. Ball trickles back out for another boundary throw in.
Romsey need to spread this out a little bit here.
Score is 2-5-17, plays 4-2-26.
This is where the Hawks
10 minutes in the second quarter to go.
Throws it in. Just threw him out of the way again. I'm not sure if he can do that, but Davey's got hard and the Hawks are out on his left foot. Brings it in the middle, and that's a great hit, but it was dropped by, should have taken by O'Loughlin. Ball's popped up high. Opportunity if the ball hits the deck. Down to
Caleb Dumper.
There's a good name for football.
I think he might have taken a dumper when that ball went up in the air then. He knew he was in trouble.
You can tell that to the family. I thought he kept his eye on the foot. He did a very good job.
I didn't say he moved his eyes, that he might have taken one.
Gee, Romsey people.
Ball's thrown in the left forward pocket for Wood End. Davy's gone early. He's either throwing him out or jumping all over his back. Petrora gets the clearance, kicks it out wide. Looking for Blair, who can't quite get there. The ball comes back. Looking for Branley.
Yeah, and that's holding the
free kick. Matty Burkett will take the free kick here for holding the man. Burkett's had a lot of the ball this quarter.
Umpires, no, I thought he was going to pay 50 then. He was
the under 19's called for it.
Burkett on his left, bring into the middle of the ground. The ball's going to hit the deck. Comes out now down to Hicks for the Hawks. Spins around, slips over, hands up. Nice little kick. Good contest. And here comes the Hawks into by Toman again. Brings it down, and there's an opportunity for him now. And that's a great mark by Sammy Medlin. And they need to go back and kick this just to settle things down a little bit.
That was a great hit there by Headland. He's gone to the fat side of the ground. All the Romsey were in front of him.
Yep.
He's kicked over the flood and has found his target here. Quite a few of these Romsey boys are slipping and sliding on this ground. I don't know if they're wearing the right boots for this.
You go and tell the coach that one, and I'll just...
I'm pretty sure Justin might have told them themselves.
There's some unhappy players out here for there. Nathan Raymond is not real comfortable what's going on out there. And that's against Mins, who I'm sure would be letting him know all about it, and they've missed that to the right. Oh, they're missing some opportunities.
So it is 2-5-17, plays 4-3-27.
Ali Kali brings the ball out, and that's a good hit up. Very good hit up. Down there to Purtell.
Who's turned the ball over, shockingly.
This is where they've fallen down a little bit here. Kicking the ball into the forward. There's going to be a turnover. No, out the back. And for an easy goal. And that's just too easy. Jack Arcieri. That's his third. And two of them have come from balls going over the back.
Yeah, Kinnear gambled there. Tried to take the steal.
So they really need to fix this coming out of defence, because they're getting to half forward and they're just turning it over. They're trying to be cute on a day when it can't be cute.
Yeah.
So it's time to start kicking the ball along until you get to centre wing, and then start looking to bring the ball forward.
The score is 2-5-17 Romsey, trailing Woodend 5-3-33.
Yep.
13 minutes into the second quarter.
Look, they're going okay, Romsey, but they just got to clear this up.
Yeah, Jack's Kinnear there. He's gone the gamble. He's tried to take the intercept and get away with a flying ball. Ball's go over his head to his opponent, who ran into an open goal.
Look, it's
paid the ultimate price there.
Risky footy on a slippery day.
Yeah, again, Matt Hoy versus Timmy Martin here.
Look at the body differences.
Yeah. So Matt Hoy goes up. Martin wins one, taps down over the back. Purcell follows up with a big tackle. Ball spills out the back towards Dean Walsh, who sends it forward looking for Ben Way. He misses him. Jed Wabb picks it up, but he's dropped the wet ball. Follows up again. Ball tunnels, balls it through to Purcell, who's taken high.
Now's an opportunity. They've got to get down there. So Martin's working down to the hole, which he's done all day.
Handball's off to Jed Wabb.
And they just kick it long.
Looking for Patterson. That's a good little chip. That's lowered his eyes there to Aaron Patterson, who kicks over the top, kicks it up high, looking for Ben Way. That's a
point.
That's a poor kick there from Aaron Patterson.
Yeah,
should have just gone back for goal. It was a good kick.
Yeah.
Should have went and taken it. So the score is now 2-6-18. Plays 5-3-33.
So Tyson Chapman for the Hawks got the ball. And once again, Martin's pushed that in. This is where they'll go. They're looking for him again. Kicking long. Hoy over the back. But the ball's been taken down by Bramley.
That was a 100-metre lead by Bramley then.
Ethan Minns has created a lead, and that's where he's going. Minns wave, and the ball's been just punched out by Nathan Raymond. Him and Minnsy aren't, they're not best of friends at the moment.
There's another Woodend player just goes down off the ball there.
Yeah, Romsey's just got to hold this together. Don't become undisciplined. As frustrating as it is for them.
I think the ball might be stuck under a car here.
Joys of local footy.
So umpire Spencer Connolly with his glorious mullet throws the ball back in. Matt Hoy versus Tim Martin. Hoy gets front position. It's thrown out the way by Martin. Ball's just tapped straight to the front.
So I'll tell you that Hoy's not playing. He's a young ruckman. Tim Martin's a 34-year-old ruckman. Martin's, look at the body differences. Yep. Hoyer's got to come in and jump into him, not stand next to him, because this is what I said. Martin's just too strong, too big.
Yeah. So ball's tapped down. Blair
Bromley
throws the ball back out. Comes out to Petroro. Handball's off to Jed Wabb. Jed Wabb on the left, looking for but not finding Ben Way. It's been intercepted there, but it's been spoilt down. Shorty Patterson's been taken too high. He sends the ball in forward, looking for his brother, and finds him. Aaron has been dumped after the kick as well, after the mark.
Don't give it away.
He has. It's been 50. Back. So Aaron Patterson will kick from the goal line. Brother to brother. What a great younger brother.
You must live near them. Same street?
Not same street, no, but I've played with both of these boys. So Aaron Patterson sends it over the goal umpire. Finally, Romsey get another goal. What time was their last goal? Would have been 5-minute mark of the first quarter, possibly. Yeah. So it is now 3-6, I believe. I'm just waiting for the graphics to come off the scoreboard.
Good, quick
3-6-24, plays 5-3-33. Yeah. And we played 16.5 minutes in the second quarter.
So for them to beat the tactics that Woodend are doing, they've got to move the ball quick.
It's exactly what Daniel Patterson did. You know, he got the free kick, and it didn't even go back over the mark. Just looked inboard and went bang. And it was a short, sharp kick too. Didn't give time for Tim Martin to get back there. Kept the ball low, kept his eyes low, and he hit it hard too. So this is umpire Harley Darnaman here. Comes in, throws the ball up. Ball goes up. Matt Hoy versus Tim Martin. Tim Martin wins it down again to his midfielder, who's wrapped up immediately by Nath Blair. So Blair hasn't had a lot of the ball, but he's laid a lot of tackles so far this quarter, and he's bumped quite a lot of boys. So Martin, again, just with pure strength, just smashes the ball forward. Ooh, but it's intercepted by Petroro, who...
How could you not pay that up by?
Darcy Lockins gets his touch on that. Oh, no, we'll leave that alone. Nath Raymond's taking the mark at half-back flank. Raymond looks inside, goes straight for Matt Hoy, goes through his hands. So the ball's been sent back in for Woodend. That's a falcon to Jack's Kinnear.
Crummed well in the back by Hicks, I tell you. He's just
Crumwell by Khalil, but turns the ball over. The ball's in dispute in the back line.
Throw. Woodend's way too.
That would be Caleb Dumper who will take this kick. Yeah, poor Matt Hoy there. He was out in the open. The ball hit him perfectly and just went straight through his hands.
Yep. So Dumper, great name for a footballer. Comes in, tossing it up like a Ben Brown type of approach.
This will be the perfect reply for Romsey's last goal here.
And
the umpire hasn't moved.
Oh, what a great celebration. The hands in the air, the fingers in the air. And that's another goal to the Hawks. That's Dumpers first.
Lucky it's not number 2, isn't it? Come on.
No.
That was there to be said.
I
Come
know,
on.
but I've resisted it all day and I haven't said it.
Romsey 3-6-24. Trailing Woodend 6-3-39. Played 18 and a half minutes in the second quarter.
Yeah, no one's scoring shots aside. I mean, it's been a good contest, but we'd end up flogging them in the middle. I mean, the ruckman's really starting to create some problems here.
And when the ball hits the ground, around the ground as well.
Yeah, and Taman's had a field day. Big Tim Martin's BAG by a streak at the moment. Every ruckman we call best on ground at the moment.
Yeah, the sheer strength and power he has over the top is just...
He just doesn't move.
Matt Hoy gets the clearance, handballs out, looking for Burkhead, not finding. It's been taken by Medlin, who handballs it forward. The ball's kicked to centre half forward. It's balled by Petroro, who's nearly had his head kicked off. The ball just keeps bouncing around, heading towards Woodend's end. Ball's popped out the back. Purcell wraps up the Woodend player. Great smother there by Kane Brinkhouse. Ball bounced back to him, hands off to Burkett. Sends it long and trying to find Walsh. Goes through his hands, out the back to Gavin Cathy on his right. Dribbles the ball forward. It's gained 30 metres, but Dean Walsh come from nowhere, who's jammed that on the boot as well. Oh, it's touched right on the line, is it?
If that wasn't touched, that'll be goal. That is
an absolute ripper if he has kicked that.
The umpires
They can't call for a review, surely.
No, he's going to pay the goal.
That is a great goal there.
Goal.
Dean Walsh come from absolute nowhere with the Usain Bolt.
I reckon he's hurt himself too. No.
I think that might be everyone jumping on top of him.
No, I'd say he's done a hamstring.
So Romsey,
he looks very sore.
Romsey now 4-6-30. Trailing Woodend 6-3-39, 20 and a bit minutes to go on in the second quarter.
Gosh, he had some pace, didn't he?
Can't be long left in this quarter.
Oh, he's hobbling. This is an ankle. He's very sore.
If I ran that fast, I'd be pulling hamstrings as well.
You will never run that fast.
I don't drive that fast, mate. So umpire Darman again.
You and I are conserving heartbeats. That's what we do well.
Exactly right.
Umpire throws it up. Martin again, just the ball's neutralised though. Hits the deck, comes out down through Medland, but the Romsey going to pick it out through Hoy. Oh, one-handed mark.
Nath Hoy.
Oh, it's showtime. Gee, the Romsey have come out with 2 rippers.
He hasn't kicked it yet. Remember last time?
No, he's a ruckman, and it worries me. It's a long way for the brain messages to get from the hands and the head down to the feet.
But as we said before, Matty Burkett out of the midfield there was quick, kicked the ball low to his advantage, gave no one else a chance except Nath Hoy.
Well, they got to do it with speed because they got to stop the big Woodend ruckman from dropping him in.
Yeah. So in comes Nath Hoy.
Aim to the right post, son.
It's where he's running, and he has kicked it at the right post, and it has swung just inside the right post for another one for Romsey.
He's given some of the Hawk supporters over there what to do as well.
So it is 5-6-42. No, 5-6-36, sorry. The animation's come on at the wrong time for me. To Woodend, I believe they're 5.
So Woodend are 3 points up.
So 5-6 plays 6-3. 22 minutes gone in the second quarter. There couldn't be much longer left now.
Really good last 10 minutes by Romsey.
They'd want to because Justin Sherman would have been ripping them a new one inside those cover rooms in about 2 minutes' time, I reckon.
Some great play. Umpire throws it up. Hoy against Martin. Hoy won that one. Tapped it down the ground, trying to push in front, but big Timmy Martin grabs it up by hand, hands it over to Miranda. Ball hits the deck and a great tackle down there by Burkett. He's been incredibly busy for Romsey today.
Yeah, Burkett would be their best on ground at the moment by a country mile.
Hoy just pushed out of the way by Martin and picks up out of the air, high down to centre half forward. Toman's down there. Hawks have got numbers. Mins fighting in there. But it comes out from Romsey by hand, and that's good play by Romsey. Comes out down through Petoro. Ball hits the deck, but it's come back out to Bramley. Here go the Hawks now through Miranda. Miranda just chips it up as an opportunity now. All over him with the Romsey players then. Dances out of the pack now. It's over to Purcell. Purcell puts it up, looking for the big fella down there in Wilson. Wilson brings it in the middle, but the ball's been smothered. Great tackle down there by Baker. Ball hits the deck and they're all piling on it. And we're going to be balled up right in front of us, probably about 55 metres out from the Wood End goals.
I wonder if Jack Jedwab got lost then. He was in the back pocket there.
No, at least he's working around the ground. Up goes
So Matt
Hoy.
Hoy, smart, gets around the body contact, taps it down
throws it out the
to
back.
Dave Blair.
Got away with it.
Gave it to Cooper Cronk.
And someone's picked it up, yeah.
No, the second throw
Umpire
wasn't picked
got
up. So that was Will DiPetro who didn't get away with his throw.
Sammy Medland with the ball for the Hawks.
Romsey have to stop them scoring here in the last couple of minutes to go.
Quick, because there can't be much time left.
Medlin kicks it up. It's outnumbered here by Romsey, and it's marked, taken there by Kinnear. Jax Kinnear tells him to slow down.
Yeah, he's slowing it down. Chewing up some time. Kicks
Sends it long. Matt Hoy, Jedwab. Jedwab flies across, comes down to Petro. Petro sends it forward looking for Kathy. Kathy gathers, handballs to no one along the ground. Follows it up, but he's interrupted there by Fazzolari. And the ball is just stuck there in the back pocket, held in well by Daniel Patterson.
No, good play for both of them. The Wood End boys to put a great tackle on for the Romsey player to handball in front of him and that sort of stuff. Really clever play. Up it goes, smacks down by Jedwab. Opportunity now, but it's going to be cleared out by the Hawks. Out to the wing it comes out down to Hicks. Pops it out, looking down there for the big fella, and Davey who takes the mark, but there's nothing up forward for him. Mins takes the mark.
Well, that's
right
gone 10 metres, umpire.
You are one-eyed.
He chips it in. Mins chips it in and has found... Is it Miranda?
Yeah.
Yeah, Miranda. There cannot be long to go in this quarter. Miranda looks for someone leading. Decides just to chip it up. Kinnear and Adamson spoil each other.
Umpire's going to pay this, and he's going to throw it up.
Another great tackle there by Burkett, and there goes the siren. So at half-time, the score is Romsey 5-6-36, trailing Wood End 6-3-39. Great fight back there in the last 5 minutes by Romsey.
Yeah, no, a good first half in the quarter by the Hawks. Second half of the quarter belonged to the Redbacks, and yeah, really good quarter of footy. And there's nothing in this now. Well, we've got a 3-point difference in the game at the moment, and this is a cracker.
I think the last 3 or 4 ruck contests, I've seen Matty Hoy especially disengage from the body contact, run around Martin, who's looking for that contact, and then going for the ball himself.
Well,
he's not going to win the body contest.
No, but Martin's looking to engage him. Yep. So no matter where any of the Hoys go, Martin will go with him because he wants to engage.
Yeah,
but Tim can't jump.
Yep, and that's the thing that Matty Hoy did, especially that second last one. He's seen Martin come at him. He sidestepped him, went around, won an uncontested tap out.
Yeah.
And the ball went forward. So, and even that last contest here, Jack Jedwab decided to take the ruck, and with his leaping ability and forward line.
What's happened, why this all happened in the second half, why it got back into it, Wood End's forward line fell to bits because they're all small. And the ball dried out a little bit, and they were bringing it in, and there was nothing for him to kick to. Yet at the other end of the ground, Hoy was down there creating some problems, took that one nice one-hander. The forward setup for Wood End is going to cause a little bit of problems. They've got to get all the goals from midfielders or small forwards. The big, tall Romsey players, when the ball's wet and slippery, they're in trouble, but it dried out a little bit. So the opportunity came from them, and that's why they came back into it. So a really good start, really good quarter, and we're looking forward to a really good second half.
Yeah, I think the lack of Dan Toman in that second half, that second quarter, was epitomised exactly what happened in the game. Dan Toman went out of it, Wood End went out of it. Corey Birtsell come into it, Romsey come back into it.
Absolutely. So the main players are having a big influence on the game. I think we might have a break, mate, so we'll call it quits and we'll come back just before we get the players run out for the second half.
Thanks for that, Paul. See you shortly.
And welcome back to Romsey Park, where we've got an absolute ripping game here, where the Hawks lead the Redbacks by 3 points. And the sun's finally shown its face, which is great. And we're in for a fantastic second half of football.
Yeah, both teams have players that can lift, and both teams have got players that are running top of the ground at the moment. We've spoken during the break. Timmy Martin for Wood End, probably. Matty Burkett for Romsey, probably the best players so far.
Yep.
Very quiet day for Jack Jedwab so far. Nath Hoy's been quiet. You've got players from that for Wood End too that are that they can lift their game as well. So I think we're still in for a good second half
So
here.
Justin's gone in as he started with Nath Hoy in the ruck. Jack's gone down to deep forward again to give him that opportunity with a bit of a dry footy. So as we said, we might have nearly thrown him in the middle of the ground to give him a bit of push out of the middle, but we'll see how we go. So umpires with the ball. This is going to be a cracking second half. The wind's blowing straight into us, so it's going across the ground.
And Medlin and Purcell are straight into each other as soon as the bounce goes. Hoy wins the tap out down. It's tapped away by Medlin though. Ball's handball back to Tim Martin, who goes back to Medlin. Sends the ball forward on a running barrel with a great kick. But the ball is spoilt there from behind from Asiri. Asiri gets back on it. Ball comes back to Raymond. Raymond kicks it high, looking for Burkett. Burkett takes the mark, starting the quarter exactly the way he finished the second half. Chips over the top for Nath Blair. He's another name we haven't called much of today.
He needs to lift Blair.
So Blair has it on centre wing. Look at the options. It's very stationary up forward. Looks for Nath Hoy. Strong hands with the dry ball there. So Nath Hoy plays on quickly, chips it up, looking for Ben Way. Ball floats out of bounds, and neither Wade nor Jedwab went for that ball.
They looked at each other, and no one went for it. So umpires right in the middle of the front of the scoreboard. And Romsey's attacking his own. Throws it in. Martin taps it down. Hit forward by Medlin. Kicked up in the air as an opportunity for the Barra now, and good effort then by Purcell. And they're going to try and wrap him up. The umpire's looking here, and has Pate holding the ball. Great tackle down there by the Hawks. And he's going to pay 52, I think. Yes.
Not sure what the 50 was for,
I think
but
the mouth might have been going nice and hard, I think.
I've seen Purcell's hands go straight to his mouth when it happened. So
Taylor Kelly hands it off. Play on. Out for Patterson, who kicks the ball long. Down. Oh, it was a fun. Dumper, that's the name we've enjoyed all day, that one. Kicks it out of bounds, and he was looking for Davey, and the ball's in the forward pocket down for the Hawks.
yeah, it's not the ideal start that Romsey want to give away 50 deep inside your 50. That gives them straight out of pressure.
Absolutely. Sample, I was going to throw it in. There's an opportunity now for the Hawks. Davey's in the ruck. Throwing it in short, and they haven't picked it up. Davey just taps it down. Scrub a kick, and they've tried to kick it off the ground. And they're going to do another point to the Hawks.
So it'll be 6-4-40. Wood End leading Romsey 5-6-36. 2 minutes played in the third quarter.
So Petoro with the ball. Looking, kicks it down it wide. Good mark out there by
Kane Brinkhouse,
who we haven't spoken much about today. Brinkhouse on the left, kicks it long. Ball hits the deck and it's going to be forced out. No, Hawks have got the numbers. Handballs it infield, but it's been picked off by the Romsey players. Tackled hard down there was Kinnear. Popped the ball up. Good grab, very good grab. That's Aaron Patterson.
It's Nate Freeman, that one.
Nate Freeman, is it?
Yeah.
Takes off. Looks, there's one in the middle down. There's Petoro. Hands it off. Kicks it wide out here to centre wing. Pushed down the deck. Hawks have got the numbers again through Kelly. Tapped out wide. Out to Chapman. Chapman just pops it up. And it's been back to Mins. Mins on his left foot. Oh, all over him then was the Romsey player, but the Hawks have got the numbers, and now they come out through Josh Pound. Pound with the ball, stops, starts, handballs off left. He had nowhere to go. Picked up by, I think that's Asiri. Pops the ball up high, but the Redbacks have got the numbers, and they just kick it out, but that's a bit of a dangerous kick, and that's a good mark. That was a really poor effort to get out of defence in. And it's James Hicks for the Hawks.
Yeah, Purcell's just under pressure there, just sort of panicked a little bit and jammed on the boot straight down the middle of the ground. Was the last place you want to go.
And Miles Miranda's hobbling off the ground. So Hicks, he's probably about 40 metres out, directly in front. And a nice steadying goal for the Hawks if he can get it. And he has got it by the look of it. Great goal.
That goal takes Woodend 7-4-46, leading Romsey by 10 points, 5-6-36.
So it's the smalls for the Hawks that are causing problems up forward. We said earlier in the second quarter that they needed some targets while the ball's dry, and it's that the smalls have turned it on today.
Yeah, exactly right. They were important when the ball was wet, and they seem just as important when the ball's dry here. So,
yep. So Davey, when he's down there, is a target for them. So they do have one big target down there, but this is where they're in trouble here, and just right in the middle of the ground. Up it goes. Martin, but it's run by Hoy. Ball's hit the deck. Martin piles on top of it, just bangs it out by hand. Miranda's on the bottom of the pack, and they're just pushing it forward down there by Bramley. Out it comes. Hoy picks it up, handballs it out, and it's out to DePetro. Here they come, the Redbacks now. Ali Cully kicks it and just goes to no one, out to Jedwab. Jedwab's tackled without a footy. On top of it is Medhurst, pops it out. It's out down to Purcell. Purcell puts it up in the air, and it's Duff Tyler for the Hawks, who's been really good across half back. On his right foot, kicks it out wide. Looking down there for Hicks. Ball hits the deck, and now there's a race on. Mins picks the ball up, handballs it out. Oh, there's a big pressure tackle there by by Romsey, and they're going to be given the free kick. Vantage is paid, kicking down, and that's a great grab by Way. Way plays on, handballs it off. There's an opportunity in the goal square, and there's an opportunity. DePetro, Will DePetro, right in front. He probably should have played on and kicked it, but
more screen time, Paul. Come on, mate. Where's the theatre in that?
Look, that was Way was great. It was a good option for Way, and he handed it off to the smaller running player. And in they come for a much-needed goal. Oh, no, he's hit the post from 10 metres out. Oh, that is disgraceful.
Maybe he should have played on.
And if you could see the hand waving by his coach, I don't think I'd like to be him at three-quarter time.
So it's 5-7-37, trailing Woodend 7-4-46.
Oh, that's unforgivable from there. Short, out to Kelly. Kelly hands it off. They've been patient here. And Big Ben Way just smacks it out, and we're going to throw it in front of the scoreboard, where all the under-19s are, and they're giving the umpire a little bit of curry there.
I think they're trying to give DePetro DePetro a little bit of a G-up as well, because he's still down about that shot. You need to leave that go now. Oh. It was bad enough. So Nathan Blair's taken the ruck tap out here, but it's all won straight down by Timmy Barker. But it's Burkett sharked the tap out.
Good tackle.
It's well tackled there by Medlin, sorry. Smedley, Medlin, Medhurst, they're all the same. So here we go. Hoy comes up to this ruck contest. He'll take this one. So Nath Hoy versus Barker.
Hoy wins it, taps it down. Balls us. Oh, that was a hard hit by Medlin there. He's on the bottom of the pack. He'll have a sore head from that one. Good.
He's got plenty of hair on it though, so should be fine. And Medlin and Purcell go at it again.
Oh, that's fine. Let them go.
So Nath Hoy versus Martin. Martin over the back towards the boundary line, hits it. Well taken over the mark there by Matty Burkett again, who just keeps running. So we'll have the fourth repeat stoppage in a row. Ball be thrown in by umpire Ryan Monaghan. Ball goes up. It's a very, very shallow throw in. Martin wins it out of the air. Picked up there by Romsey, who's wrapped up immediately by Medlin.
Oh, the pressure's been good. The tackling has been really good both sides today.
Yeah. So we'll have the fifth repeat stoppage. Umpire Joel Wood throws the ball up. One down by Hoy, who gives a big punch trying to clear the pack.
Oh, he's going to...
Surely, that's the closest he could possibly be to deliberate here. Well, there was four Romsey players all wanted that kick in too.
Yep.
And off the push and shove goes again.
Letting them know all about it.
So umpire Ryan Monaghan for the seventh repeat stoppage throws the ball in. But it's just Martin with no one else. Who's wrapped up immediately. That's got to be playing holding the ball, surely. And they just jump back on top of each other again. This ball has not moved from this 10-metre radius for the last 5 minutes.
No, we'll let you keep calling it, man, because you're doing a great job on the stoppages.
So off we go. Martin versus Aaron Patterson. They talk about a slight disadvantage there. Yeah. It's one out, but it's jammed on the boot by Woodend. Ball's towards the boundary line. Davey versus Brinkhouse. Ball's nullified over and comes right out in front of us here.
You nearly got a possession then.
Umpire Monaghan will throw the ball in once again. He's had plenty of practice at this in the last 5 minutes.
So it's Hoy versus Martin again. Umpire throws it up. Martin in front. Hoy's tried to smack it down. Ball hits the deck, and then Blair is in there fighting for the Romsey, and we're going to ball it up again. They need to clear this, and that's what the ruckman are actually trying to do, but the ball's a little bit slippery at the moment. Umpire throws it up.
Martin again looking for body contact. Hoy gets around it. Shark
I thought there.
Yeah, the tap out by Purcell was Shark, but Hoy's asking the umpire Darnaman if he thought it was a bit high.
No, he's coaching the umpires. Martin and Hoy. Ball hits the deck. Comes out this time. Oh, good play by Toro, but the numbers are down there for the Hawks. They punch it. It's going to be a free kick to Ben Way. Yep. Run in open goal. And that's on that goal to Darcy Lockins.
Talk about a much-needed goal there. So that takes Romsey to 5-7. No, that's... Is it 5-7 or still 6-7 now? 6-7.
So we're 10 minutes into the third quarter. And a much-needed goal by Romsey then. They had the opportunity. They hit the post from about 10 metres out a couple of minutes before that, and that was a good play.
So that brings them back to within 3 points, 6-7-43, plays 7-4-46.
And that was Petoro who really, with his just strength, just bulldozed his way through there.
And even with his strength, he had the nimble toes with the sidestep, got the hands above the pack, so he was out ready to give it off if it needed to. It was just very smart football. So Barker versus Hoy again. Ball goes up. Hoy goes early and Barker wins the tap out down. Martin, sorry. It's taken out by Tamain. Tamain sends it forward. It's marked there by Miranda. Oh, Asiri, sorry. Asiri sends it into the pocket looking for Davey. Spoiled by Brinkhouse. The ball comes back from off Raymond. It's bouncing around in the back pocket here and is taken over by Ali Khalil.
So deep in the wood end forward line. Great opportunity for him now. Umpire's going to throw it in. The ruckman, umpire doesn't get a lot of distance on it, so Davey.
Brinkhouse is going to take the ruck out here.
One by Davey, taps it over the back.
Petroro again.
Clears it out on his left and it's out, and that's a great mark. They've got an opportunity to clear the ball now, and this is where they've been falling down a little bit across half back. This next kick. Just kicks along the line, looking for an opportunity. Oh, that's
Jedwab.
brave. Brave also from Jack Arceri then, and just put his body on the line, and the ball's going to be pushed out of bounds centre wing.
And the best thing about that Jack Arceri there was he just
a few punches. The boys are not happy over there.
Didn't he just bounce back up after the collision? Well done.
Actually, I think that might have been Cole Baker. Oh, sorry, we've probably...
Whoever it was well done. So it's thrown in here right in front of the cheer squad here at Romsey. Ball goes in. Matt Hoy versus Martin. One down by Martin. Back towards the boundary line and dribbles over once again.
Bit of push and shove.
I'm pretty sure we've said that after every single stoppage, haven't we, so far?
Umpire's about throwing in.
Jedwab's throwing his weight around as well.
Martin just taps it down the front. Cleared out by Romsey. Taken out by Patterson. But the Hawks are going to turn it over. Ball's in front. Now there's an opportunity for him. And this is down through Arceri. Brings the ball in deep, looking down there for Mins. Mins' foot race on. He's got to pick it up clearly.
Great tackle by Raymond. Got to reward that, surely, umpire. Nathan Raymond.
Great. Mins was out. If he shrugged that tackle, he was running in open goal. So Davey's going to be going up against Brinkhouse. Davey wins it down, the big body, along the ground. Opportunity now. Oh, this could... Oh, he's nearly turning an opportunity for Wood End.
Petroro just jams it on the boot, clears defensive 50, and the ball trickles out in front of Jedwab at centre half back. Petroro's been influential this quarter.
Has done very well this quarter.
So umpire Ryan Monaghan will throw it in the half forward flank for Wood End. Sends the ball in. Martin has front position like he has all day. Medley wins the tap down. He's kicked it high, forward 50, spoiled by Brinkhouse, but it's Wood End at the fall of the ball. Arceri shrugs the tackle, gives the handball off. The ball is spoiled down there by Kinnear, who takes the ball over right next to the point post.
Good pressure by the Redbacks. right next to the point post, deep into forward line for the wood end side. Umpire throws it up. Ball hits the deck, snapped out of the ruck by Davey, but the ball's been smothered by the Romsey side. Oh, head down over the footy, and the umpire's going to pay a free kick, and it's going to wood end.
Followed by the obligatory push and shove afterwards.
Corey Purcell, they weren't too happy with that, and the umpire, no, he's going to... So he's only about 35 metres out. When he turns around, we'll let you know who it is. It's Dean Bramley. So Bramley forward end, he's going for his first goal for the day. Probably about 25 metres out from goal. Slight angle, aim for the right post and you'll get it through. That's what he's done, and he's kicked the goal, and that's a much needed goal for the Hawks.
So that's their reply there. It's exactly what they wanted. They sent it back out to a 9-point lead.
No, that makes it a 13-point lead, 15-point lead.
Maybe the main scoreboard's wrong, I think. But
someone's not right on the scoring scenario somewhere, but that's okay. Our monitor's got it 53 to 37, 52 to 37.
Yeah, the main scoreboard here has 52 to 43. So
someone's missed a goal.
That'll be cleared here at three-quarter time. So sorry if we're confusing you viewers.
We work under adverse conditions most weeks. Umpire throws it up. Hoy over the top. Ball hits the deck though, and out it comes out through Patterson. Good hit forward. Now he's Ethan Mins on his left foot. There's another one. Back-to-back goals, and it's touched on the line. Great touch by DePetro. No, it's not Petoro. Pushes out wide. Quick play on. Oh, good pressure out there. The ball's hit the deck. Umpires stacks on the middle. We're going to have a ball up on the half-forward line.
The ball's thrown up here. One down by Davey. Sends a big hit forward. It's picked up and just chipped out there by Romsey. Ball comes to Jack Jedwab, who sends the ball out. Looking for and finding Darcy Lockins. Sends it inside. Looking for and finding DePetro. DePetro sends it forward, looking for Ben Way. Finds him on the chest and a push afterwards. Get up, Benny. You got to quickly move it on, son. Don't worry about the umpire. Oh, no, he's played on. He's kicked it on the left off the outside of the boot. Looking for Nath Blair at centre half forward. Spoiled there by Duff Tyler. Ball comes to ground. The Romsey player has ducked his head trying to pick up that ball, trying to get a free kick and will not be paid.
So umpire Wood, we're about 40 metres out from the Romsey goal. Bit of push and shove. Martin's worked his way down. Martin versus Hoy. Big smack forward by Martin to get it out, and it's come down to Miranda, but it's Romsey got the numbers down there. Jed Wobb on the right, just a nice little chip to give themselves the opportunity. Hold the ball, and that was Patterson on the bottom of the pack.
He's been paid for throw.
And it's gone for a free kick out to the Hawks. Looking around. Just kick it down the line to the big fella if you've got nowhere else to go, and that's where he's going.
Exactly what he's doing.
Looking for Martin.
Matt Hoy with the spoil. So
Martin and Davey, they make quite a formidable ruck contest, those two. Okay.
Be a nice arm wrestle competition too. Look at the two of them. So umpire Monaghan throws the ball up. Martin versus Hoy. Martin wins it down again. Khalil jams it on the boot, sends it forward, looking for Burkett, who finds the
grab.
Gives a quick handball off to the running Blair. Blair on the right, looking for just chipping over the head of Way.
No, the umpire's going to play a free kick here.
Which way?
Or is he going to pay advantage?
No, he's paid the advantage. So Nath Blair gets a goal out of nowhere there. He hasn't done a lot today, Nath Blair, and that'll be hurting him. Loves to play big at home. So we'll go with the scoreboard that we have here, and that takes Romsey to 43, 49, 4 points behind Wood End, 53. So we'll just make sure that at three-quarter time the score is correct, guys, and then we can update you, but that's what we have here. As the more push and shove continues on in the midfield. Patterson first to main this time.
Well, Dane Toman's been pretty quiet this quarter. And there's going to be a free kick here.
No, he's told him to stop acting.
Gee, I would have paid that if I was an umpire, and that's why I'm not an umpire. Up it goes. Oh, Hoy over the top. Martin just smacks it forward. And the Hawks are going to be able to bring the ball out. Down by Patterson. Out wide. They need to come up down the middle. And it's Arshiri. Arshiri brings the ball into the centre, but the ball's hit the deck. Opportunity to clear it now down there by Brinkhouse. Over the back it goes. Ali Khalil. Khalil gets the ball. No, and Jeb Wobb. The two big forwards out to Hoy. Ali gets the ball. Kicks it back forward. There's an opportunity, but big Tim Martin's there. Always good with his hands, uses it well. And the Hawks are going to bring it back down the line. There's an opportunity down here for Riley Patterson, and the ball's going to be pushed out of bounds by Jack Jedwab.
So it looks like Jedwab has gone up on the ball here, Paul. We called for it earlier. Looks like it's been made. The move's been made.
Oh, well, they all listen. In it comes. Martin in front, taps the ball down. Oh, good tackle. Patterson tried to bust it and he's been pinged, and Jedwab's going to get the ball free kick. He's actually been quite effective since he's been on the ball, Jack.
Yeah, we mentioned earlier about his great foot skills up the ground. He can really be used in multiple ways, Jack. Makes him such a vital player.
So Jedwab with the ball, kicks it down right in front of us. Looking down there for Wilson. Wilson with the ball. Kicks it long, looking down there for Way, but Big Martin was in the way, and the ball's just going to be pushed out of bounds. If they move it in slow, Tim will get in that hole every time and stop that.
Yeah. The good thing there for Romsey, young Daniel Patterson there, he went up and just made a sort of contest against Tim Martin, so it didn't allow him to take the easy mark. So Way versus Martin. Martin wins the tap out back, but it's just gone straight to ground. Ben Way's got back onto it, ball spilt. Great tackle there by Jedwab. There it comes via Riley Patterson. Ali Khalil jams it on the boot, and it's going to drift out of bounds on the full, right to the under-19s, and they are loving every second of this game. So there has been almost 21 minutes played in this quarter. 7-7-49. Romsey trailing Woodend 8-5-53.
Bramley with the ball, looking down. Oh, there's a bit of a silly decision. So the Jack Arshiri for Hawks are going to get it. And that was
the first game of Ben Zahiri.
Yeah, silly mistake. Oh, one hand opportunity then. Ball hits the deck. Out by hand goes the Hawks. Out to Pound. Ball hits the deck. Martin with it just pops on his boot and just kicks it in the middle of nowhere, and that ball's going to run out of bounds and half forward line for the Hawks.
That was another important hand there that Petrora got involved just to spoil that ball then going forward. He's had a big quarter, Petrora. So ball be thrown. No, it's been a free kick given here. So Daniel Davey sends the ball deep, straight smack bang in the middle of the 50.
Oh,
Hoy versus Brinkhouse.
Hoy's hurt.
Yeah, you're right. You have to get up, Nate. The ball's coming out. Out comes versus Purcell. Goes for a risky bounce in the weather. Handballs it off. Finds Kinnear. Sends it deep, looking for and finding Cathy. Cathy turns around on his left. Sends it down, looking for Ben Way. He's got the ball. No, he's been chopped. Great spoil there by Bowen. The ball is sent back onto centre wing. It's been dropped there by Woodend and has been wrapped up right on centre wing. The ball is just bouncing around. Everyone's just jumping on top of each other. Sure, they've got to call this umpire.
There's a few tired legs out there in the moment.
And some tired jaws here.
Yeah, 22 minutes we've played in this third quarter.
Our scoreboard now reads the same as the main scoreboard here at the Romsey Park, so hopefully we've got it all sorted.
Up it goes. Martin just taps it down front and he's going to rove his own ball, and he's well tackled by Jedwab, and the umpire's going to throw it up again.
Just his physical presence around the contest has been huge this quarter from Jack.
Yep.
As he throws another bump in, just to make sure they know he's there. So Martin wins the tap out down, goes across to Bramley, sends it wide.
Oh, to Petro, was it?
Oh, yeah, it was almost Petrora gets that. Yeah. And the ball runs out in front of the netball courts. Here, left, Woodend side of centre circle. Umpire Spencer Connolly throws the ball in. One down by Nath Hoy towards Aaron Patterson. Been sharked by the Woodend player, but wrapped up immediately by Patterson and Jedwab.
So once again, we have another stoppage. Ball's thrown up. Martin taps it down, but it's won by Jedwab. drives it forward for the Redbacks. Out there fighting hard for it is Hicks, was it, for Woodend? We're going to have another throw in. And there's the siren for three-quarter time. So we have Romsey, 49, trailing Woodend 53, and what's been nothing but an entertaining game. Some really good passages of play and some really ordinary, slippery, wet conditions to deal with too. But over and all, a really good game of football. Woodend themselves, when the ball gets out, and Big Tim Martin's been dominating for, and Romsey side themselves had some great opportunities, worked really well. That quarter then, we had Jack Jedward when he went into the middle was great. Chris Petoro was probably their best player, I think, in that quarter. He just bulldozed his way through, and these are the conditions guys of that build love. Who's got quiet for Woodend? Dan Toman's really gone very, very quiet that quarter. We didn't see a lot of him. Daniel Davies for the Hawks, he really stood up as well. So, a 6-point lead, or a 5-point lead, 4-point lead to Woodend, and we're in for a really terrific last quarter.
Yeah, so a lot of players here have come and gone throughout this quarter, throughout the game so far. It's interesting to see that when the prime movers from each team get up, it usually results in their team having a little run on here and there, but they just haven't been able to maintain it at either end.
Yep, and you're right, and we're sort of talking a bit gibberish riddles at the moment ourselves at the moment, but these sides here are really, look, they're set for a terrific last quarter. I just still think the Hawks have got the balance to win it. I mean, we keep raving about Tim Martin's game. He's just dominated, but the Hoys, and we say that plural, are starting to work out that you can't be muscling against him. You've got to jump into him and give space. But a big smart ruckman like that, if they clean up around the ball a little bit, the Woodend side should go all right this last quarter. But both teams supposed to play half quarters of footy, and that happened in the second quarter. It happened again here. So we're in for a really interesting last quarter.
Yeah,
Tip is still, I still probably think Romsey might get it, but I'm changing my tips every 5 minutes here today. It's hard. Look, I don't know who's going to win this at the moment. At the moment, it would end up being pretty much in front most of the day.
Yeah, I think if Jedward keeps up that effort that he had in that quarter, he had a lot of influence, not just at possessions, but just his physical presence around the contest.
Yep.
I think that goes a long way to helping the Romsey midfielders spread. Matt Burkett just ticked over those legs every single minute of this game so far.
Hasn't been his best game, though.
Nate Blair just started to get involved right towards the end there. But again, that quarter was all about Chris Petoro's drive from the back line.
Yep.
And then followed it through. We seen him jump right in front of us on the wing here. He got his hands up, sidestepped out of the contest and hit the forward straight lace out. And then the very next play, he's down touching the ball right on the goal line to save a goal at the other end. So,
and Ben Way gave him a target. Like he took a grab himself. Look, if they'd kicked that goal, I think it was Will DiPetro who had the opportunity right in the square. They would have been in front.
Yeah.
You don't miss from the square. And I dare say Justice will be reinforcing that to him sometime during the week, or even right now as we speak.
Yeah. So look, we were excited coming here today for a cracking game. We've had a cracking game, and it's not over yet. So this is going to be a huge last quarter.
So here's your tip.
I'm going Romsey, and I'm sticking by their 14 points. I think they just kick away a little bit in this quarter. But as we're saying that, the wind's coming straight at our face, so it's going to make it hard for anyone to score.
Well, at least they'll be playing on the side of the ground, easier for us to call. So go through goal kickers. You've kept tabs of them today?
Well, where we have without the rain, we have Nate Blair with 1 for Romsey, Darcy Lockins with 1, Will DiPetro with 1 horrible miss, Aaron Patterson with 1, Gavin Cathy with 1, Dean Walsh with 1. And we were all talking at the start of the game, all the rave was about how they're going to stop Jedward. Well, they've stopped him. And then for Woodend, we have Dean Bramley with 1, Jack Arsieri, I think we have with 2, Riley Patterson with 1, James Hicks with 1, Josh Pound with 2, Caleb Dumper with 1. So, look, obviously no key forward has dominated today. It was never going to be that way.
Nope.
But even spread of goal kickers mean you've got even spread of performers, and that's usually what it takes to win these games.
It has. One or two was certainly, we'll say it again, Martin stood out for the Hawks. That's just because of his physical presence in the ruck. But Jeb Bob, that quarter was really good. And, if you have to give votes for that one quarter, it would have been Pitoro.
I would have gave Petro 3 and 1,
yeah.
and I would have gave Martin 2. So, look exactly where Jack's starting this quarter, right in the middle of the ground.
Yeah, and
which is what we said at half time. Get him in. His skill work around the ground, his pressure around the ground is going to be so vital in this last quarter. And Nath Hoy and even Matt Hoy, again, it shouldn't have taken them 2.5 quarters to work out. Don't engage with someone that's that much physically bigger than you.
Yeah, and they're not at the moment. You probably see Martin's on the other side of the circle from Hoy, where he normally would have walked around and tried to just stand there and let Hoy jump into him. So we're in for a ripping last quarter, and we'll let you take it away.
So the ball will be bowled up here by umpire Harley Darmanin. Huge last quarter here. Top 4 clash between these two. Aaron Patterson and Dan Toman are just still bumping and shoveling each other.
And I dare say we'll be seeing him play here in September.
Yeah. So there goes the siren. Nath Hoy versus Tim Martin. Martin wins that one down, but Hoy follows it up with a second tap. Comes to the ground. Miranda's wrapped up immediately. Ball pops out. Aaron Patterson dives in along with Timmy Martin on the bottom of the pack. And they'll stand up and they'll reset about 5 metres from where the first bounce was. So Hoy, you can see him here trying to get away from the contact. Runs at it. Ball's one down by Martin. Shark hit well there by Woodend. Finding Duff Tyler, whose kick smothered. Khalil picks it up. Handball inside to Aaron Patterson. His ball is smothered there by Bramley. Ball is in the air. Petroro. Handballs backwards to Purcell. Purcell goes back further and finds Kinnear. Kinnear looks out wide. Looking for and finding Walsh. Handball up to Khalil, who's gone to the other wing now. Lots of running there from Ali Khalil. Ball's gone nowhere. Romsey go back in, hit it out wide. Handball, kick. Quick kick comes in over the top of Patterson's head, but it's picked up there by Sam Wilson. Sam Wilson turns around, long kick looking for Kathy and Way, but well marked there by the Woodend defender.
Take a breath, mate. We'll take it from here. Hawks with the ball. Kick it out wide. They're looking down there for Patterson. Patterson's got an absolute paddock. Now he should be able to run and carry this up. Out there looking for Mins. Mins hits the deck and a good sliding mark. Not a lot leading because there's just a bit of small forward line. Pops it up long. And the Romsey boys are going to force this out of bounds. They need to do a little bit better than the Hawks going forward. Oh, someone's been thrown down on the ground there, and that's Davey.
Playing for the free kick, the umpire said. So we've got Nath Hoy, but we don't have a Woodend ruckman here. No. Spencer Connolly's given him a long time to get one. They haven't got one. So it'll be Nath Hoy.
Against Mins. Now there's a mismatch.
No, it's just Nath Hoy. Taps it down to no one. That's a poor execution there from someone with no
Duff Tyler takes it
out. If you have an inconsistent mark, just take it out of the ruck. You can't get called for holding the ball anymore.
So Martin's working his way.
He's hobbling in, yeah. So now Hoy, this is where he has to get dangerous now, Hoy. You can see Martin's struggling here.
He's done it all day by himself, Tim Martin. Taps it down to the front again. Good hands, but Hoy puts the pressure on. There's a free kick being paid here, and it's going to go Romsey's way, and it's down to Burkett, who's been really busy today. On his left, just pops it up, and that's a good hit. Really good hit, and that's Sam Wilson. Wilson with the ball. Hoy's free short. He's played on his right foot, just pops it up high to a really no man's land kick. Martin just smashes it out. That was a bit of a poor disposal into their forward line.
Yeah, it was sort of a very stagnant move forward, wasn't it? A lot of people calling for the ball, but no one was actually moving.
No, you sometimes just got to take a risk and go back into the corridor instead of just pop it down where the big dangerous ruckman is. Umpire throws it back in. Hoy wins this one. No, Martin taps out the back. Down to Toman. Kicks it up. Bit of pressure. There's a free kick to Woodend here, and that's going to be down to Siri. And there's 50 metres now, and that was silly by Ali Khalil. And all the Woodend boys patting him on the head, letting him know all about it. Now he needs to take advantage of this. 4 points of difference.
His signal, he's going to have a shot.
So Siri going for his second or third today. Third. He's in for about 30 metres out. In he comes. And the under-19s are trying to put him off. Pops it up. And it's gone right, I think. Yes, he's missed it to the right.
That's Romsey, 7-7-49, trailing Wood End, 8-6-54. 5 points the difference, 4 minutes played in the last quarter.
Petraro with the ball, plays on. That left foot just kicks it long down the line, looking for Hoy. Hoy with the ball. Kicks it long down the line one more time, looking for Wade, but the ball goes over his head. Now it's the time for the short ones to run, and he's got a high tackle there, and it's going to be a free kick to Wood End. That's Ethan Mins. Mins kicks the ball into the middle of the ground, looking down there for Toman. The ball goes over his head. Now's a bit of a race going on, tapped along the ground by DePetro. Oh, it's a low tackle. Tried to smack forward his Lockins. Wood End have the footy though, and they're going to try and clear it out by hand. And umpire's picked out a free kick here now. It's played advantage, is played on. Nowhere to go. Handball over. That's a Toman. Back again, they're just playing keepings off, trying to get the ball out. But Romsey have been really clever and put a lot of pressure on. That looked like a throw, but it's come down now, down to O'Loughlin. But he's been under pressure. Down there again by Petraro, and he's going to get a free kick, I think, here. And he's been working really hard, and he looks a bit sore. He's going to enjoy a beer tonight.
He really earned that free kick there, Petraro.
Yeah,
he was the only one that went down on the ground and picked it up to actually wanted the ball there. So Petraro on his left foot, kicks it inside, finds Sankey. Sankey plays on, sends it long, looking for Ben Way. Ben Way dives, doesn't quite complete the mark, but turns around and shows straight back on top.
But it was good play.
Sorry, that was Gavin Cathy, not Ben Way.
But they kicked it to a space for their forward to run into instead of bombing, which they've been doing a little bit of.
Yeah, didn't sit it on his head, let him guard the space. So this is an important ball up here in the Romsey forward line. One down to Petro. Petro kicks it forward. Lockins gets the ball spotted over his head. There's a big push off there. And the ball's kicked off the ground by Wood End as clears defensive 50. Raymond picks up a hard ball, turns over the handball though. The ball is kicked long. Jax Kinnear is all one out here. So Jax Kinnear now assesses his options, chips it out, looking for no one. I think it was going for Nate Hoy, and he's just left it. Kane Brinkhouse, big tackle. Big tackle, Kane Brinkhouse. Well done.
He was lucky not to give a free kick. I thought he got him high.
Yeah, so Brinkhouse sends back, looks around. He's got that awkward left foot kicking style. Finds Sammy Wilson. Sam Wilson looks forward. Looking towards Jack Jed Wobb, and that's exactly where the ball goes. Jed flies high over his shoulder. Looking for Aaron Patterson on the ground, gives a handball out. Nath Raymond picks it up, gives another handball out further to Matt Burkett on his left foot. Has a flying shot and has missed. So that is now 7-8-50. Plays 8-6-54.
Wood End with the ball. Siri just kicks it short out into the pocket looking for Mins. Mins kicks it down the line. Looking down there for Ray. Alistair Ray with the ball. Bit of a slow build-up for the Hawks here. Another short kick. Centre wing, the Hawks of the ball. Looking around, not much moving. Looking for some targets. There's nothing absolutely moving for him, so he's been called to play on. Little short kick looking down there. I think that was Miranda who's got the ball.
It's what you call a full body spoil, that from Aaron Patterson. Just jump into him.
So Miranda with a right out wide centre wing.
He's taking a long run up here. He's gone back 15 metres.
There's nothing happening for the Hawks here at the moment. Very stagnant forward. Big jump in the air by Kinnear. Brings the ball to ground. Oh, that was a good smother too, but they're going to get an opportunity out through Mins. Ball comes down to Toman.
Mins out the back here.
There's Mins, sorry. There's an opportunity for him. Oh,
that's a big collision.
And that's a great mark too. And that really made to earn it. Nath Raymond really went through him then. Mins is sore. He's an opportunity to kick his.
Nath Raymond's got to learn. He went too old for this sort of stuff, Ray. Give it up, son. He's still feeling it too.
Another Gisborne product here, mate. Just don't want to rub them into you.
That's all right. It's all right. They all leave for a reason, mate.
Money.
Yeah. Well, that goes to show, doesn't it?
Premierships.
Too much in the town, not enough sharing in the club. So in comes Mins on his left foot, kicks it straight over the goal umpire's hat and gives the under-19s a bit of the what for as well.
And that was a really brave mark then. running in with the flight of the ball into the pack, and he earned every bit of it, and that was good play. Really slow, though. A terribly slow, patient build-up by the Hawks on that far wing.
Yeah, it wasn't until they got it inside 50 on the far right flank that they switched it, and that's where Mins had worked such a hard effort to come from half back all the way down there. So it started off as a broken play, but looked well at the end because it all scored. It only matters is the score.
So it's 10-point lead to the Hawks at the moment, and that's handy.
Yeah, it was
that's
played
2 goals they need, the Redbacks, and that's going to be hard for them to get.
Just under halfway through the last quarter, I'd say, with 9.5 minutes gone.
Yep.
So the ball goes up. Harley Darman again throws the ball up. Big punch there by Nath Hoy. Blair chases down, but it's taken there by Medlin, who's wrapped up immediately by Nath Blair.
He's played really well, Sam Medlin, in the midfield. We've called him a few times, and really you probably haven't given him the kudos he deserves.
That's probably because he's got a mullet. Don't worry about it.
You're just dirty because Romsey is getting done.
So Tim Martin, too easy there in front, but it's sharked there by Nath Blair, who just jams it on the boot, looking for Jedwab, who slips over. He's wrapped up his opponent immediately, and that's got to be a ball up,
Jedwab.
35 out. So Jedwab's gone back forward here.
So here's an opportunity. To say they need a goal is an understatement. Umpire throws it up. Martin taps that over the back, and here they go. They're going to clear the ball again, and that's out through Medland again. Ball hits the deck. Opportunity here. They're just going to push it along the ground. Mins on his left, kicks up. God, they're making him work today. Good grab down there by Arsiri. Arsiri for the wood end side. On his right, kicks it long, looking down there for the big fella, and he's taken a great mark. Davey. He's a bit far out, I think, and that's not all. He was about to give a short one off then, but he's going to go back and have a shot.
He was just too strong there for Kane Brinkhouse.
Yeah, he's about 40 metres out.
This is obviously he's lined up for a shot. He's taken a lot of time here, but no Romsey tools have really gotten back on the line.
Davey comes in to give him a 16-point lead if he can kick this. Umpire runs to his right, and I think he's missed to the right. So it's 11-point lead to Woodend at the moment. And we've played 11 minutes into the last quarter.
So Romsey trailing 7-8-50 to Woodend, 9-7-61. Khalil brings it out and finds Nath Hoy on the right half-back flank. Gives the handball off to Sankey. Sankey goes long looking for Kathy and finds him at centre half forward. Off to Jedwab. Jedwab jams it. Oh, kicks the wrong side of the ball. It's gone straight up, and Darcy Lockins has taken it a half-forward flank.
You can say that was a good pass, but I don't think he meant it.
Definitely kicked the wrong side of the ball.
He was...
Lockins, not sure, chips it in short, looking for but not finding his teammate. Ball sport well there by Bramley. On the left boot comes out and has found his teammate in Pound.
Josh Pound with the ball, chops it out wide, just a nice little kick. Another patient build-up by the Hawks. Looking for options, there's not much moving. Series offered a lead in the middle of the ground, that's been ignored. Down long, ball hits the deck, and we're going to be thrown in. So no, he's actually, ball's come off Ethan Mins's foot, and it's a free kick to Romsey. Ball's brought back into the middle of the ground, and it's kicked down to Wilson. Wilson out in the middle. Now they're out with an opportunity down here through DePetro. Kicks the ball along, and that is a really, really poor kick into the forward line. And the ball's going to be brought back in with a throw-in in the forward pocket for Romsey Redbacks. They had an opportunity then and blew it.
Yeah, right there. You don't have to drill that ball. No. Ben Way had that whole side to him. All they do is just pop it up and let Ben Way run onto it, and it's now caused an indiscriminate stoppage that we didn't need.
That was one of their best entries, best runs into the forward line they've had, and they actually messed it up.
So the umpire throws the ball in, one down by Way. Ball goes to the back. It's on the ground. Burkett's rammed straight in the ground there from behind, but umpire said, I'll have it, thank you very much. So it's about 30 metres out, 45-degree angle, this ball out. Benway gets in front of Martin, taps it down, looking for Burkett, but it's sharked by Woodend. Away comes Toman, sends it forward, finds Mins at centre half back for Woodend.
Mins has really picked his game in the last quarter. He's creating a bit of havoc for the Romsey players. Mins on his left just puts it up high, looking out for Miranda.
Spoiled by Lockins. Ball's on the ground. Lockins and Miranda go again, and Miranda taps the ball out of bounds. Umpire said, throw it in, thanks.
Yeah, Mins' work across the middle of the ground has really given Woodend some target and some options to go forward. He's been quiet until this last quarter.
Yeah, and he's getting up and back too. So he's helping out in defence, he's helping out in midfield, and he's helping out forward. So no Romsey ruck contest there. So it's all done by Martin. Ball's kicked forward by Woodend. Bounces around. The umpires but called a throw.
Romsey free.
Romsey will take the free kick on centre wing. It'll be taken by Khalil. No, by Burkett. Burkett sends it inside and finds Wilson and right in the centre circle. Wilson looks around trying to milk a 50 off Mins. Doesn't get it, so sends it forward. Turns the ball over.
Oh.
That's a huge tackle there by Cathy. Rammed him into the ground. Made Martin earn that one.
Yeah, but they're kicking it to Martin every time. They know he's dropping back into that hole.
So Martin versus Cathy. Martin wins it again, just pushes Cathy out. Sends the ball forward. Back towards Walsh. Walsh sends it on its way. Looking for Ben Way. He's pushed forward. The ball is spilled out there by Bowen. Comes to the back. It's the Romsey player had his head taken off there. Not sure who that was. But it'll be balled up about 15 metres out from Romsey goal.
Umpire with the footy.
We've played 15 minutes here, so it's not going to be a long quarter, this one.
Hoy and Martin, no one's an advantage. Balls are sport into the ground. Then we've got a quick kick out, looking out for Mins, who's in front with the Wood End players. Oh, he's dropped something. He said, he's made an absolute mess of that. And they're going to have an opportunity here as Romsey. Ball hits the deck. Just a turnover. That could have been a free kick. Out it goes. Out down towards Sankey. Kicks it long, and that's a good mark down there in defence for the Hawks. I think that's Tyson Chapman with the ball. Kicks it out to Bramley. Bramley right on the 50-metre arc on the boundary. Looking down, we're looking down for big Davey. Davey and Martin go up against each other. Davey wins it with strength. And what's happened here? The umpires picked a free kick. I'm not sure what for. Davey gets it and just drives it long and quick, looking for Pound. The ball hits the deck. Down there to Hicks. Pound again, just kicks it off the ground. Working, gets his own footy back. Oh, hang on, the umpire's going to pick a free kick out here from something's happened off the ball.
Yeah, it was a poor attempted shepherd there from O'Loughlin. It's hit Khalil in the face.
Yeah.
Khalil finds Sam Wilson at centre half back. Looking for someone, he's telling him to go long.
They've got to be brave here, Romsey.
Yeah.
They've just got to start using the corridor now. This going out wide's not giving them an opportunity.
So he's kicked it wide, looking for Jedwab, but it's 1 versus 3. The ball bounces nicely for Jedwab. He's got no help behind. Handball's back towards Aaron Patterson, who goes inboard, looking for and finding Zahira. Zahira goes in over the back, finds Wilson. The ball spills out to Nathoy, who wheels around with a big snap. It's going to hook too far, but his brother, Matt Hoy, he's dropped it. Thought he had that for long enough now. Matt Hoy goes in again. Ben Way goes in to help him. And the ball has been tied up completely there in the left forward pocket for Romsey.
So deep into attack for Romsey. An opportunity missed.
Almost 17 minutes played in the last quarter.
I think the temperature's dropped by about 4 degrees. It's now freezing. Hoy knocks it down. Mins just puts it on his boot, kicks it up in the air, and it comes out down to Sankey. Sankey takes a saving mark. Can drive it back in. They need to be a bit cleaner going to the forward line here. Kicks it to the hot spot, looking for a big mark. Up goes Jedwab, ball hits the deck.
Locken's had his legs taken out, but the umpires that played on.
Scramble and there, desperation by both sides down here. I think we're going to get a ball up right on the top of the 10-metre circle square. In Romsey's attack.
Now Romsey have to make something out of this. There's 17.5 minutes gone. There can't be much longer left. Maybe 5 minutes.
2 goals, and they've been hard to come by today. Umpire throws it up. Martin just smacks it down. Woodend got numbers. They're going to bring it out now. Used by hand, and it comes out down to O'Loughlin with the long sleeves on. Kicks it long to the wing, looking for the big fella in Davey, but the ball goes over the back. But they're still working hard. Mins is out there working, but Romsey's going to have the footy, and they've just turned it over, and there's going to be a free kick. No, how come they've played that to?
He's pointed the wrong way.
And that's out down. That's Medland who's got the ball. Chips it out wide.
This is where Romsey's got to be smart here. Woodend don't have to win the game. We've got to win. Romsey's got to win the game here, so they've got to man up. Make sure there's no loose players. And there is. Straight back, and he can go to Tim Martin if he wants to for another loose player.
Martin's free in the middle, but they're not going to go that way. They're going to bring it back down the line. Short kick and a nice kick too, and that's out to Dan Toman. Toman with the ball, right wide centre wing. Just chewing up time they are. Kicking it long down the line. Hoy over the back, and he's blocked from the contest. Now there's a run for him, and there's an opportunity through Medlin at the moment. Picked up now, and the pace is on, and there's an opportunity. He's been pushed after he kicked the goal point, and he could have nearly got a free kick then. But
it was Riley Patterson.
Yeah.
So now Romsey have to get the ball quickly and move it along. They haven't got time to finesse this.
Well, they need 3 scoring shots to win because they're 12 points to draw it. So
in comes Brinkhouse with the ball. Looking, goes to the clubroom side of the ground. Chips it in short.
He's
no, Sankey's dropped that ball. Been wrapped up immediately after
he's lucky the ball bounced back into his arms because he was in all sorts of strife.
That's not what Romsey needed there, so the ball will be thrown up in the left forward pocket for Woodend. Right in front of the old club rooms. Ball goes up. Nathoy versus Tim Martin. Nathoy wins the tap out down.
Toman snuck out the back for a quick easy one if they get it on their boot quickly.
They do, but it goes towards Davey, who's in front and just takes the mark. So this will seal the game here for Woodend.
They've just been a little bit cleaner coming in forward line. They have been, the Hawks, today.
Yeah, playing in front as a forward is always the first thing you're taught. So it's currently the 20-minute mark. Romsey 7-8-50, trailing Woodend 9-8-62, with Daniel Davey having a shot to seal the game. In comes Davey and just pops it straight over the goal umpire's hat.
That's a good. This will be a good win for the Hawks. Lucky I tipped them.
The first time. So it's now out to 18 points.
I don't show a lot of loyalty sometimes.
20 and a half minutes gone in the last quarter.
Yeah, just a bit more patient, and they're coming in the forward line a bit. They're winning the ball around the contest as well. I mean, Redbacks, Romsey have done very, very well today, but it's just Woodend just played a better brand of footy.
Yeah. Huge last quarter here from Medlin. Huge last quarter here from Mind. You know, it's been
Medlin and Minns this quarter have been the ones who have done it for them.
Yeah. So ball goes up. Martin wins down again. Yep. Picks up his own clearance. He's wrapped up immediately by Burkett and Blair.
You ever seen a player need a nice bath after a game? I think Tim Martin will be in
I think he's going to be in it up to his neck at the moment because he's looking very sore at the same time. Ball goes up again. Hoy gets in front and he's awarded the free kick. He plays on. Chips it up looking for Jed Wobb. Finds him at centre half forward. So Jed Wobb turns around. Kicks it forward. It's a shank though. At Ben Way's toes. Down. Goes at the back.
Those Duff Tyler.
Handballed over. On the left, comes out, and it's gone to Khalil. Ali Khalil at half forward for Romsey. Needs to move it on quickly.
And this is where the problem is. Hoy's there by himself, centre half forward against Medlin, and you just about kick it to him. Popped up high, and who's there? Timmy Martin hits the ball, hits the deck, and he's the best in the way. He was spoiled by
his teammate there, Duff Tyler. So
there's a free kick going to Romsey here, so it's an opportunity.
They need to get up quickly, though. It's Gavin Cathy.
There couldn't be much time left.
Couldn't be. He's been played 22 minutes.
Yeah. I think they've run out of time.
Yeah, I think so. But given the lack of urgency from there's the siren. So Gavin Cathy here having a shot after the siren to bring it back to bring it back to 2 goals.
A good win by the Hawks today.
Yeah. And then the 3 votes has to go to Tim Martin. Yep. Just absolutely dominated around the ground.
I tell you what, I'd be giving 2 votes to young Medlin for.
And Cathy has missed that goal, so it would be 51 Romsey losing to Woodend 68.
So a good 17-point win to the Hawks today, and that's impressive footy. They're in for a really, really good year for Woodend.
Yeah, and as we mentioned at the start of the broadcast, you know, it's good seeing this league having the middle to high tiers, the gap closing to almost that becomes one tier almost now.
Look, and Justin, he made a very good point. They play in fits and spurts. They don't play full quarters, and today was a living example of that. They play half a quarter and then they just go to sleep again. Go through the goal kickers, and while you're doing that, I'm thinking about the best players, but I reckon I've got them sorted out.
So we've got, for Romsey, 1 to Nathan Blair, 1 to Darcy Lockins, 1 to Will DePetro, 1 to Aaron Patterson, 1 to Gavin Cathy, 1 to Dean Walsh. And for Woodend, we have 1 to Dean Bramley. Not sure how many Jack Hassiri had. We think it's 2.
Yep.
1 to Riley Patterson, 1 to James Hicks, 2 to Josh Pound, 1 to Caleb Dumper, 1 to Ethan Minns, and 1 to Daniel Davey.
Best players, we'll start on the Woodend side. Medland was fantastic in the middle, and in the last quarter, so was Ethan Mins, but big Tim Martin for the ruck all day, tirelessly all day. Riley Patterson played well for them too. Daniel Davey, when deep forward, he was really good for him as well. Go over to the Romsey side. It was a bit hard to sort of find anybody. I think Petoro, number 9, was probably their best player, I think, all day for them. Matty Burkett in the middle was really good too. The big ruckman, they sort of came into it a little bit, but it was really hard to find a constant four-quarter player for Romsey. They'll be disappointed. They'll probably be more disappointed had they had their opportunities and blew it with some poor kicking. When you miss one from 5 metres out, that's poor kicking and that's bad football. But they've got to work on how they bring the ball in. You can't, if Jack's getting done and he comes in the middle of the ground, there's no plan B for them. Hoy and all them go forward, but they just bomb, and they just kill themselves with it.
And look, Justin did mention during the pre-game that they didn't want. They had the tools to give them their target, but just because you're tall doesn't mean that you should always just bomb it on your head as well. When that rain came early in the game, Romsey were playing great football. Once the rain went, it's like their game plan went with it.
It's not the end of the world today. It shows us Woodend are going to be a premiership threat this year, and you put Tate Pears back in that side, and you put in number 14 for them. I forgot who he was. No, that's Toby Duff Tyler. The other forward they've got. Sorry, I've got a mental blank with that one. They're in for a really. They're going to be hard to beat. Look, Romsey have got all the tools. They just got to work out how to work them.
Yeah, exactly right. And there's going to be plenty out of this game that Justin Sherman can pick out from that they need to work on. Look, Romsey have just Nathan Blair's just gathered them all in a circle before they've even gone and seen Sherman. So I think they'll be giving themselves a fair bake before Justin gets there. But it's all well and good with the talk. Now you got to put it out in the park next week.
Cool. So we got them next week. They're playing Lansfield. So
on a big celebratory day for Lansfield.
50-year book launch for Lansfield. So we've got that game over in Lansfield. Let's hope it's a nice warm day.
Well, we've seen from the Lansfield Melton Central's game 2 weeks ago, Lansfield are probably the most improved side in this competition, I would say, so far.
Hoy, the jobs don't get easier for Hoys. The Hoys will plural because they're against Tommy Waters, who plays a very not different type of ruckman than Tim Martin, but just as dominant. So we might call that a quits for the day. Thanks very much, Tone. Once again, beautifully done. Thank you to all the cameramen guys. Thank you very much. Give the big thumbs up from them, and we'll go and have a nice warm cup of coffee and see if we can thaw out.
No worries, guys. Thanks a lot. See you all next weekend.
Thank you. See ya.